What's good, everyone? What's going on, everyone? I'm back. Yeah, I was under a fucking suspension. No. Yeah, they had suspended my channel because of those two videos you seen. When I was roasting, and you guys know what it was, but yeah, they banned me. They said harassment and bullying. So it is what it is. I could see why they banned me because I was going in on that bitch, but I kind of forgot how lame this fucking platform is and how they're so sensitive and you can't say certain shit. So I forgot. So I kind of like was reckless. So it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to be careful for what I say. I'm gonna still do a lot of roasting, but I'm gonna do it on my other channel. Check out my other channel. I'm gonna link it in the description. Or hold on, I'm gonna drop my. All right, I just put it in the description. That's my other channel. All you guys subscribe to that other channel. That other channel I have, it was Chauncey One Two, but I changed it to Peace, Chill, and Bliss, or Bliss, whatever it is. Like, just look. That's the app that the app name I put. I just added the channel. Just look that up, and that's where my new channel is. So I'm gonna start pretty much being more raw on that channel since it's a smaller channel. This channel is a little, it's not really big, but it's big enough for me, because to be honest, I don't want my channel too big. To be honest, like, you shouldn't want your channel to be big unless you got something like you're actually like doing, and even then you really don't want your channel to be big unless like because the shit that I talk, I'm realizing, like, I have a real knack for being very disrespectful, and is not really good. This is why I say I'm glad I don't want my channel to be big. I'm not telling you guys you shouldn't want a big channel. If you watching my channel and you're doing your thing, then you should strive to do what you feel is necessary. And if that means growing your channel, like, I'm not against that for anyone. But me personally, I like to run my mouth. I like to talk a lot of shit. And um, the cons of that is you have to be careful, because, and this is why I don't like to be around certain energies, because I don't want to have to kill somebody because somebody comes and attacks me based upon what I say, and then I have to defend myself, or I have to carry a weapon on me because I like to run my fucking mouth. This is why they say if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And not only that, you don't want to be around certain people that bring out that 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 energy in you to make you want to just say certain shit recklessly for them to come back and retaliate. You see what I'm saying? So, like, this is why you have to. I know myself. This is why, like, you guys will always see me. Like, I don't make the same dumb mistakes people make because I see shit in advance, so I know how to move. So this is why I'm glad my channel isn't big, because I don't need my channel to be big. I don't need a lot of people watching my shit, because more people watch my shit, and that's when people start becoming trolls. Like, I be seeing channels, people be calling people's family, people be trying to dox them, figure out the information and all this shit, and like, it be on some weird shit. When I see that, I'm like, I'm glad my channel's not big. Talking the shit I talk, because I hurt people's feelings, and I have a capacity to, like, really say some shit, and then you may anger the wrong person, and then now they stalking your channel trying to. So I don't want my channel to be big based upon what I'm saying, what I'm doing right now. This is not saying that you shouldn't try to do whatever you got to do. Like, do whatever you got to do, but me personally, I'm glad. Like, I like my channel small. I don't want my channel too big. Like, once it gets like once it gets over like 500 views, or starts nearing 1,000 views per video on average, then that's when I start getting worried, because I don't want too much attention on my channel. Like, I don't want it, at least right now. Because, like, me, I'm focusing shit in the real world. I'm trying to do things in real life, not on the internet, because the internet is not a good place. Most people on the internet are retarded, for lack of a better. Like I said, I don't want to be too disrespectful on this channel. Most people on the internet are retarded. So when you have a channel that, especially if you have a big channel, like you see all these doomer channels, you see all these hip hop rap channels, just any channel that's talking about dumb degenerate shit, nothing that's positive, most of the subscribers are going to be lower tier subscribers. So these are trolls. These are people who don't have no substance, who aren't doing nothing, who watch YouTube because they're bored. So these people aren't really true subscribers. So when you're trying to get viral, most of the people that are watching you is because of that. That's why I tell you guys, don't try to work on getting viral, because that's not what you think it is. It's not sustainable. You may get viral and get a little money, but it's not sustainable because it's not real. The people that watch you are fake. You see what happened to young Pharaoh. He had fake love, fake viral, fake respect. It was all fake. It was all like boxed and gifted to look a certain way because it wasn't real. So the moment he had an argument with his fat ass BM, all of a sudden everybody wanted to castrate him and throw stones at him, and you need to do this. But all these people, like, they don't know anything about Young Pharaoh. Like, who the fuck are you to talk what he needs to do? You don't know him. You just watch his videos. Take the information to keep it fucking moving. But this is what I'm talking about. These low tier subscribers, which make up most of YouTube. Most people in society nowadays are retarded. Not because people are stupid, not because humans are stupid, it's because we have a retarded, fucked up government that creates certain poisons, toxins. They have Fox News, social media, all the shit that they put on social media, not social media itself, because they try to make you think there's something wrong with social media. No, social media is actually a good tool. It's just the shit on social media. You have CNN, you have Fox, you got all these dumbass content creators like fucking iShowSpeed, just retarded shit. And that's what makes people come up with the conclusions of society is retarded or social media is retarded. When you hear people say people are retarded, when you hear me say people are retarded, people and human beings aren't retarded. It's the programming, the brainwashing, the system that creates retarded people. This is why I don't hate on women. It's just women are programmed. Even men are programmed. So it's not the woman, it's not the man, it's not the person. It's the system and the brainwashing. And then you have the food, the chemicals, all of that shit combined is what makes retardation. So always remember that. Blame, don't blame the thing you're looking at. You got to look at what's causing the problem. I was watching a video and this one dude, he said everybody complains about like women, little girls shaking their ass watching Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, and he had a good point. He was like, everyone will complain that these little girls are watching Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj and they're getting ideas to shake their ass, but in reality, it's not Meg Thee Stallion. Whoever's giving that slutty ass bitch a check, that's the problem. Nicki Minaj is not going to go on stage and do shit if she's not getting money and she's not getting validation from a system, which is the music industry, the people who have the money, because anybody who's an actor or celebrity, they're only doing what they're doing because they're getting a check and they're getting validation. Once you take that away, they're going to disappear because they have no value. They don't have no creative, they don't know shit. So whoever's writing the check, that's the problem. And whoever's writing the check, they don't have no creative, they don't have shit. The only thing that they have is the ability to create a military to kill people, steal, destroy, and copy. That's what the government does. And then they use that to go and get other people to go and influence the world. So it's like, this is why I say, like, we live in a time, we're not even in a time, we're like, this time's been going on for hundreds of years, but right now it's like, and a lot of this shit is going to end because we're going into a new shift. And I talked about the new shit. So when I say a lot of this shit's going to end, it doesn't have to just mean it's going to just disappear. It's going to disappear eventually, but look at it like it's going to still be here, but the shift we're in is not going to, you're not going to look at it the same. It's like it's like when you're a drug addict and you see a pot of dope, you're gonna be enamored when you see some dope. But when you're sober, you're clean, and you've healed, and you got things going in your life, you look at it differently. So the dope is still the same, but the way you perceive it is different. We're going into a shift where the air, the atmosphere, the water, everything is switching up on a small level. So all the bullshit the government does, it's still gonna be there, but people are gonna perceive it differently. This is why nobody gives a fuck about politics like they did before. Nobody gives a fuck about a scientist or an astronomer or any of these dumbass fucking little um costumes that people like to put. No one gives a shit about that fake ass shit because everywhere at a different time. So like before, remember they used to say, "Oh, we found a new moon on Mars." Everyone used to give a fuck about that shit. Now they talk about Mars. No one gives a shit about. Like there's nothing an astrologer or not an astrologer, but an astronomer can say that people really care about. And the only people that care about it are people that are in that group. You see? Like they'll have Donald Trump say some stupid shit, and then you'll have a whole bunch of people agreeing with it. And what people fail to realize is the people that are agreeing with it are their people. They're not real people. In real life, no one gives a shit about that. But the people who agree with that are their people. Is their group. So it's not important. They can't get somebody who doesn't believe in what Trump is saying to believe in it. Anybody believing in that Trump makes sense are people who already believe Trump makes sense. There's nobody who doesn't believe Trump is a fucking retard. There's nobody that believes Trump is a fucking retard that can be switched over to thinking that he's intelligent. Anybody who thinks he's intelligent are people who already been thinking he's intelligent. No, see, you see what I'm saying? We're in a shift where the government can't convince anybody anymore. So like this is where it's at right now. So this is what I'm telling you niggas, like just be aware, like the time that we're in right now. We're going into a whole another shift where none of this shit means anything no more. And shout out to everyone in the room. It's the Watcher. Well, what's good with it? Yeah, what's good? I don't know what the Watcher is, but yo Chauncey, what's good? Glad you're back. Yeah, they had banned my channel for a week because I was going off on that fucking. I don't want, like I said, I can't really get too disrespectful on this channel because I don't want to lose this channel. And yeah, they were playing a lot of games yesterday because it was funny. My Facebook account, because I don't have a real Facebook account. I have a fake Facebook account. I never put ever since like 2013, I don't put my government name or I don't add family or friends to any of my social media. I don't. And my social media is just there for me to just to look and just to just see what's going on. Or if I do contact other people I know, I look at them from that profile. I don't put my real the only social media I have my real name is eBay, which I'm sure you already know why the fuck I will have my real name on eBay because I make it's actually it's actually something that matters. So what do you do on eBay? You sell items. You don't go on eBay to give your opinion. You don't go on eBay to talk spiritual or politics or religion or try to no, it's about business. I have this, you have the money, let's exchange. It's a trade. So eBay is the only um platform I will have my real name and information, and I will talk to people with decency because it makes sense. I'm exchanging goods for money, so I have to be professional, and I have my real name and I do things accordingly. But once it's off of eBay, there's no reason for me to actually have my real account. If it comes to a point in time where I have what I'm doing in real life, it gets to a point where I want to advertise what I'm already doing in real life, then I may make a Facebook showing what I'm doing in real life. But you never want to make your whole what you're doing start from the internet. The internet is supposed to be the last thing you go towards. Like, let's just say you want to be a fitness trainer. You go out in real life and become a fitness trainer. And when you're in real life becoming a fitness trainer, then you'll come to a conclusion. Let me advertise a little bit, or let me just show people what I'm doing in real life. And then you come on YouTube, Facebook, and then you bring your business in real life onto YouTube. Whatever you're doing, you have to bring it for you have to do it in real life first, then bring it on the internet. You don't want to just start from the internet. And the reason you may think that's what you're supposed to do, because you guys are looking at these puppets. These puppets are paid agents to make the narrative a certain way. So they're working for the CIA, the government, these agents, they're working to get people retarded. So this is where you guys are thinking that, oh, I'm supposed to start on the internet because this person or this rapper, they started from the bedroom. No, that's not how, that's an agent right there. So always keep that in mind. Do something in real life. Don't, the only thing that you could start from the internet is like you have like an eBay account or you have a business you're selling online, then you can do it. Like I said, that's the only, I don't have social media on any other platform. I don't have social media on any other platform, or I do, but I don't have my real name on social media. So my Instagram is not real. My Facebook is not my real name. And then people look at you like, oh, you don't have a real Facebook? You have a bot account? Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Your account's not making money. You don't have no business on your account. You have your information on fucking social media like a dumbass. And I'm not telling you guys dumb for doing it, to each their own, but like to people who have something to say, like you have your information on social media like a dumbass, and then you say like my account is a bot account, but yet you're a bot too. The only difference is you're allowing everybody to see you're a bot. Like you have your fucking daughter's face on Facebook, you got your mother's face. I'm looking at that like, why the fuck would you put your little kid's face on Facebook? Like I that just always baffled me. I don't understand that. Like I can see if you were like had a business or you had some type of something you were trying to sell, and then you were trying to show people I have a family of 5 and we've been having this business for 10 years. It's a family-owned business, and you had a picture of your family to just add to the business to make it look like it's more well-rounded. Okay, I get that, but a lot of these niggas, they live regular lives with regular jobs. It shows you work at fucking Pet Boys and you do tire rotations. It shows that. It shows your fucking ugly ass kids. It shows your fat ass wife you're in a relationship with. You're not even in a real relationship. The relationship shit says it's complicated. So the bitch getting cheated on by some big black dick while you sitting here contemplating if you want to be, if she's in the, like if she's gonna be in your life, because every time you tell her, are we, what's wrong? Oh, give me some room. Like, bitch, the fact that you're with a female that's even talking like that, and you call the relationship complicated, just shows how fucking retarded you are. Like, and that's a whole nother thing about relationships. A lot, like I'll get into that later on, probably in this live stream. Like relationships is just retarded for the most part. I don't want to say relationships are retarded. It's just how people go about it. And shout out to my nigga having what's his name? Having Courage Corrupt System. Jay Vaz. I said, yeah. Shout out to Jay Vaz because he had a point, because he said he had a relationship issues on his videos I was watching. He said he had relationship issues. And when I look at it, when they described it, I'm like, there's no reason society should be to a point where you have like, cause I don't deal with dysfunctional bitches like that. I don't deal with it. Like me, I look at this is how I handle relationships, and this is how I would tell all you guys to handle relationships. Like this is why I'm not in a relationship right now. If I do deal with women, it's just on some level where we just fucking around, we having fun, or I go get a stripper or some shit, or one of those type of play bitches. You guys know what it is, escort, whatever. Like that's where I'm at right now. I don't get into any serious relationship with any female unless we have a mutual goal that we're both obtaining. The number one thing in any relationship is a mutual goal, a mutual ending point, some type of, what the fuck is the word for it? I can't. It's a goal, an ending point, getting to that certain thing. Like let's just say you're fat and you want to lose weight, you want to be skinny. Skinny is the goal. So find somebody who wants to be skinny too, and and loves that goal. So the relationship and the love needs to be to the goal. So if you're trying to get some type of status, or you're trying to get some type of physical thing or spiritual thing, that love for what that love for the ending goal should be more than the person. And both of you guys love each other and care, but you also love that goal. So you're willing to work towards that goal. So you're busy. The reason why a lot of relationships fail, the reason why even the reason why the government is the way they are is because nobody minds their fucking business. Everybody's bored mentally and spiritually. And bored doesn't mean you don't have nothing to do, like in terms of having fun. Bored means you can't mind your fucking business. So you're in a relationship with a female, you don't have no goal. So everything is built around can you validate my feelings? Oh, you said that the wrong way. You need to not say that the wrong way. Oh, you didn't come home at this time. It's people are fucking bored. They don't know what the fuck to do because they don't have no goal or no accomplishments they're trying to gain in this life. So they're so mentally and spiritually bored. So they want to start fights and get validated on everything. Oh, you picked up the spoon the wrong way. Real men don't pick up the spoon that way. You're supposed to pick it up like this. You're supposed to show me you care. And one way of showing me you care is you have to say this in the right way. Once I see a bitch like that, I say, get the fuck out of my life. Because you're bored. You're spiritually, mentally bored. You don't have nothing to do. So it's going to be a problem. What's your goal? What's the mission? What are you trying to get to? Because once that's established, we can work towards that in synchronicity. And us getting closer to that, obtaining that, is going to make the relationship better because now you're doing shadow work. You're actually cleansing, getting into a better mindset, spiritually, you're healing. So that's where like the best type of relationship happen in general. That's why I did my last video on my well, it's not on this channel, but it was on my other channel I made a few days ago. I said, only deal with motherfuckers if it's about business. If it's not about business, don't even deal with relationships or people in general. What's the goal? What's the mission? If there's no goal and mission, this is why you'll have people like, let's say the gang stalking community. A lot of people, one thing I've seen in the gang stalking community is you'll have people in the gang stalking community, they cut their family off, they cut everybody in their real life off, and they're like, oh, fuck the family, fuck this, fuck these people, everyone's a gang stalker, everybody's against me. And then they go into the gang stalking community, trauma bond with all the other gang stalkers, and over time, these people will get into fights with the gangster. So now, especially right now, since we're going into this shift, everyone is like being exposed to their fucked up mentality. So if you're doing something wrong, the universe is going to show you. So if you look at the gang stalking community right now compared to like 3 years ago, everybody was fake cool with each other. Oh, you understand me? You're getting gang stalked like me. You left your family. I left my family. And I'm not telling you guys you should or shouldn't, because maybe there may be situations where you need to cut contact. But I'm just talking like 98% of the time, most of the time, you're just a fucked up person. And because the only people you really have are people in your real life and family. All this internet shit, this shit is not what you guys think it is, what they want you to believe. You need to try to get right and set up something with your own people and your own family and people in real life. If it's not your family, people in real life that you could come to and build with. This is why I said you have to make the relationship about business. What's the goal? Because if you just make it on anything but the goal, then this is where people get mentally, spiritually bored. And then now you start picking fights, starting problems and issues like the gang stalking people. They left their family, they left everybody in their real life, got on the internet, thought the internet was going to replace that. And then they go on the internet and now they start bickering and fighting amongst each other. Now they're like, everyone's a gang stalker. Everybody's against me. Fuck everyone. And then now the last person for them to hate is going to be themselves. So first they hated everybody in their real life, got on the internet, hated everybody on the internet because everybody was because when demons come together to trauma bond or attack one person, once that person that they're attacking is disappeared and gone, they're going to start attacking each other because that whole situation that they were cool with people with was built off negativity. So if a bunch of demons come together and start trying to, like they say, my enemy and your enemy make us friends, that's stupid because Once that person's destroyed and gone or disappeared or just said fuck you niggas, now they're gonna start fighting amongst each other. And this is what happens. So motherfuckers start fighting amongst each other. Motherfuckers start fighting amongst each other, and then they'll say, "Oh, I hate this person. I didn't know. I thought you were different." So now everybody in their life is like they kicked out. Even the people they thought they trauma bonded, they said fuck them. The people in their real life, they said fuck them. So now they have themselves, and they're gonna hate themselves. But when you hate yourself, it becomes different because it's not the same way as when you hate somebody external. It's a different type of hate. So now you start neglecting yourself. You start becoming depressed. Depression is when you feel depressive thoughts, that means you hate yourself. When I hate another person, I make them depressed. I stab them, I kill them. When you're depressed, when you hate yourself, you're depressed. You eat unhealthy food that kills you. You do things that sabotage you. You stay at a job that you're probably not supposed to be at for far too long. You do things that's hating yourself, but it plays out differently. So you're always going to be hating. If you don't heal, you're always going to hate somebody. This is what I'm telling you, is that when I think about this relationship, I'm not talking about, oh, you need to be with somebody. I'm looking at it like, if you could get your shit done by yourself, go ahead and do it. But like I said, we're in a time right now where when you, like I say, a corporation, you can't run a corporation by yourself. You need fucking a structure. It comes to a point in life where eventually you're gonna need other motherfuckers. So at that point, you want to make it about business. Don't make it about emotion, because you're trying to reach a goal to get to a goal. And then once you reach the goal, then the other part of the relationship, that shit's just gonna come simple. That shit's gonna come easy. It's natural. You don't want to force nothing. That's why I say be by your fucking self and don't force nothing. Like when it comes, like that is why a lot of niggas have relationship problems. Like I was saying earlier, they have a lot of relationship issues with bitches. It's because the bitch don't have nothing to do. The bitch is like bored, doesn't have shit to do, and then she wants to project her own shit. Oh, why is it the man doing something? Why is it the man? Why can't you do this? Why can't you have? That's why it's dumb where men will feel like they need money to get a female. Like, oh, I need money to get a female. Whereas you could go out right now and see a lot of single ass bitches with no man. If money attracts a female, then every female should have a rich man. Why do you see a lot of women with broke ass niggas, or they don't even have a man? And a lot of women who are in a relationship that they care about, the man is just barely making ends meet. Every female should be rich if a man needed money to get a female. Every female should be rich. But that isn't the case. And most of the time, when you see a female who does have money and she's with a man with money, most of the time, the woman has her own shit going, or it'll be a situation where the bitch is probably like 20 and the nigga's like 80, and it's like a fucking a prune skin on top of some fucking tight pussy, like some weird ass shit. Was an old ass nigga and some, and that nigga's probably spending a lot of money, and he doesn't care about it because he's about to die. His money's about to be, he can't spend his money. He probably got a lot of money, so he doesn't give a shit. $10,000 really ain't shit to him, so he don't mind giving a bitch the money to be able to do what he got. And he don't love the bitch. He's just trying to exercise his sexual desires. That's why he's paying that much money, because money don't. He already had his experience. He already spent a lot of money. His ass is about to be out of here with his old ass about to die. So he might as well just spend his money on trying to get some pussy, some young pussy. So that's the reason it ain't even love in that situation. But most bitches ain't with no fucking man like that. Because you gotta always look at it like, why would a bitch complaining about a man that she says isn't shit still be around? And even if she calls you back, well, obviously, bitch, go get a man that's successful. It's because she can't, because you can't run away from yourself. Like women, they want more than dick. Women want somebody to actually care about them, support them, be able to take care of them, and create stability. Women want stability. Most men who can provide stability, they think a certain way, because to become successful, to overcome challenges that the spirit throws at you, the pain, the work you have to go through is gonna make you think a certain way. It's just like you go to work for 10 hours and get paid $1,000. Are you just gonna go give your money to somebody who didn't work, who's lazy? You're gonna be like, nigga, no, I work. I ain't giving you shit. So it's the same with a relationship. If a man has stability and went through hell to get his life in stable condition, he's not gonna just want to settle down with some dingy ass bitch who works at fucking Arby's just and supply a good life for her. Bitch, who are you? You lucky if he fucks you. You lucky if that. Ain't no man gonna do that. So that's why you have a lot of angry, bitter bitches, because all they can get is men that they don't want. They can't get no man. Like, why can't I have a good man? No, there are good men. It's just they don't want you. The men that want you are men who haven't probably done the work, so they don't give a fuck. So they'll go and hit you up. Any man who's done the sufficient work. That's why you see a lot of men that are successful. Mostly they don't have fucking women they with. They probably single and they just fuck with bitches like that. And the ones that do, the girl's probably doing something like he's doing. She has her own shit going, and it's some type of. So you always got to keep that in mind. You don't want to like, because they try to play these games like make you think that somehow women put women on a pedestal like there's somebody. Don't get me wrong, women and men, they nothing wrong with women or men. I'm not saying anything wrong with women. It's just a lot of women are brainwashed based upon how they think men are supposed to treat them. Like, bitch, you ain't shit. At the end of the day, where is it? When's gonna come the time when you do the work? You actually heal. Like you, the way you, when you, the way I hear people talk, it makes you think that men are supposed to only do everything and women are supposed to just sit there and the women wait. The women are waiting for you at the finish line. What the fuck are you talking about? Women, what are they waiting for? To get fucking slutted out? They waited to get fucking asshole ripped apart. Which, okay, as far as that, but why the fuck would I give a fuck about a bitch who don't give a fuck about herself? Like, you gonna be waiting at the finish line to get slutted the fuck out and get a dick in your fucking mouth, get fisted or something. Like, you're like, I don't get it. Like, what do you think you're gonna get waited to go get take a trip to fucking Cancun and get a nice bag and go to a nice fucking expensive dinner? Bitch, you lucky if we go to the Dollar Tree and get a microwavable. You're lucky if we even get that. Your ass might just have to fast and not eat shit. Like the way these bitches acting, get the fuck out of here. And it wouldn't even be fasting for you. It would be your ass is starving. So your ass would just fucking starve. Fuck out of here. Like, it's retarded. He's like, yeah, YouTube's whack as fuck. Shit really sensitive. Is the platform and what it does, I don't have an issue with, is the people that's running it. Like, that's the problem, the people that's running the platform. Like, if there was a button that you can push to kill and make disappear every politician, every person that's in some type of fake ass authority, like, I wish there was a button to just make all that shit go away. That's the biggest problem, is the government, is people in these fake authoritative positions. Like, I would rather have a construction worker or a fucking painter or a fucking garbage man be in a senator, government, politician position than what we have right now, because it's a lot of mental illness right here. That's what's really keeping society stagnated, is the government and them not minding their business. But at the same time, it's like, it is what it is at this point. Like, people need to just realize it, and people are realizing, because their shit isn't going like it really is supposed to go. But it needs to get to a point where they need to just go back to Europe and leave, because they shouldn't even be here. And that's all the issue. That's all the problems. He said it's the boomers. But at the same time, the boomers who were brainwashed by the government. The boomers grew up in a time where it was actually normal, and you weren't looked at as crazy for thinking that the president actually meant anything other than a pile of shit. So back in the 80s, the 90s, if you said you respected the president, people won't look at you like you needed your brain scanned because you just said something retarded. Nowadays, it's different, because it's like we're just in a different ship. So the boomers were programmed with that shit, and as you get older, it gets more embedded into you. You can't change an old. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. It's very hard. So a lot of these boomers are just programmed because they were in an era where it was normal to take what isn't serious serious. People are starting to wake up, and the more people wake up, the more the government exposes themselves. Because like now it's to a point where like every time I'll see a news feed, I look at it like, why are you telling me this? Back then it was the US military just attacked Iran, or this person just died. This kid got molested. Before, and then people will look at the story like, oh, that's fucked up. Now it's like, why the fuck are you showing me this? Like, what's the point? Like, this isn't helping anyone. Like, what's the point? And when you look at it from that perspective, it lets you know that the people who run this country, I don't want to say they don't run shit, but the people that are in a position, because they have military right now, they don't run shit. It's just they have a military and they have a lot of weaponry from military. So this is why they're able to do what they're doing. And it shows you that they're all mentally ill because they have a military. That's it. The government doesn't run shit. They just have a military. How, like, if I had a gun and everybody else had a knife, if I had a group of people who had a gun and then a group of people had a knife or they had sticks, obviously I'm gonna have more fake ass power and be able to bully them because I have ammunition and gun. They just got sticks. You see what I'm saying? So that's like the government. They don't have no power other than just violence. Take that away, they don't have shit. But I wouldn't blame the boomers entirely. I wouldn't blame the boomers entirely. Because boomers, they're retarded, but you gotta understand, like, a lot of them have just been really heavily programmed. Right now, all the issues we have is just people not minding their business. We got a government that's not minding their business. Like, they'll sit there and say like it just, first of all, like, this land doesn't even belong to the people who are currently like so-called running it. It doesn't even belong to them. So like once you realize that, you realize the people who run this country, they haven't done shit. Like, I don't want to, I'm not, this has nothing to do with race. I'm not even going to say white people because I'm not trying to make it like it's about race. It's about whoever's running this America corporation, because it's not a country, it's a corporation. This is a whole business. So the people who created this business, the only thing they did was kill, steal, destroy, and copy. So they did four things: kill, steal, destroy, and copy. That's what the so-called government did. I wouldn't even call them government. They're just a bunch of mentally ill group of people. They killed, they steal, they destroyed, and they copied. They didn't do shit. Anything you see from a chair, a television, a computer, a fan, it wasn't invented by them. They copied it from indigenous people around the world. Why is it when you go to China, China is more advanced, Japan's more advanced? They're not the same people that are in this American government. So you can't say, oh, white people make computer, or the government or the state made computer. No, they didn't do shit. What, China has nothing to do with the US. This is why, like, China is completely different. China's probably like the only country where they're their own country. Like, you have America, and then America bullies Taiwan or Thailand. They bully Japan. They bully South America. They bully Mexico. They control Canada. They have influence. China's like the only country that the US has no control. They're their own shit. This is why you will never see the US go to war with China, because it's like a death sentence. The whole, they have all more technology, more shit going on. So when they say, oh, the reason we need the government is because of this, that's bullshit. Because why the fuck is China more powerful than the US and they don't even deal with the US? They don't copy shit from the US. They have their own shit. Not to say they shit's perfect. They got their own issues, but at the end of the day, they're not connected. You go to fucking a country like Mexico, and it'll make you think America's powerful because Mexico be living in squalor and shit, and all the help that they get is from foreign aid from US. China doesn't get no foreign aid. They get foreign customers from a bunch of fat ass consumers who need to fucking consume something, so they sell the products that they make. They sell the products that they make to the US. So they get China gets foreign consumers, but they don't get no fucking foreign aid. And even if you want to say, what about the UK? What about Australia? They don't get foreign aid because no, they're the same as America. They just copy, steal, kill, and destroy. That's it. That's how they got their wealth. They haven't done shit. That's why I just say like it's this shit is retarded. These people have these. Yeah, America is a whole corporation. It's a whole business, and the business is for the people up top. That's why I say like nothing that those I say there's nothing that they do that's important. None of it's important. Like I can't emphasize that enough. Like none of that shit is important. Like none of it. Like when you live your life every day, it has nothing to do with what they talk about on the news. And anything that you can say, the only time it kind of would you will see an effect if it's something blatant, like they're killing a lot of people, they're trying to shut everything down. But even then, the reason they're able to do that is because people are agreeing with it. It's not because of what they're doing. It has nothing to do with that. Because people agree with a lot of shit. That's why nobody's back fucking on the. I don't even want to say it, but like, remember they were pushing that. Whatever happened to that? They're not pushing it no more because nobody was for that shit. So they have to cut that shit the fuck out because that was like overboard. Like, are you retarded? You're literally poisoning people. Are you stupid? That's why they censor YouTube so hard because before YouTube existed, they had Fox News, CNN, and everybody come home, watch Fox, watch CNN. Now, once we hit like 2016, they started seeing a pattern. Nobody's watching Fox no more. This content creator, he's not even our puppet, he's getting quite amount of views and people are listening to him. That's dangerous because he may say something we don't agree with. So now we have to create shadow banning. That's what shadow banning came in existence. Is because people started getting more views and more attention than motherfuckers on the TV. And then they can't have this, so they have to shadow ban now. So now YouTube right now is like a fucking it's like a Hollywood platform. You gotta be signed, you gotta audition. When you first upload a video the first time, that's the audition. Then they'll look at how you talk, how you speak, how you look, how you move your body. If it's based upon how they want it, then you pass the audition, and then that passing the audition means your numbers don't go down. Your numbers keep going up. Once your numbers start stagnating and going down, that means you failed the audition. They can't have you as a puppet. If you look at most people, if not all people that are extremely viral, they all talk about bullshit. They all promote bullshit. That's why it's very hard for me to watch a video with like over 50,000, 10. Once it starts getting into the tens of thousands of views, I'm very wary. And if I do watch it, I look at it from a perspective because they're not gonna just allow anything with a lot of views to be out there. Like even when you see a video and you may think it's legit, like how to get rid of depression, they'll get like 100,000 views. And then you'll be thinking, well, they're trying to tell me how to get rid of my depression. But first of all, who the fuck said you have depression? Who the fuck said you have to look at depression from that perspective? You see what I'm saying? You got to look at it. Or they'll tell you how to be successful, how to let go of desires. Who the fuck said you even have desires? Do what the fuck you need to be doing, and everything comes in synchronicity. There's a time you don't need to be smoking, drinking. If you want to call that getting rid of your desires, that's on you. If you want to make it overcomplicated, it ain't that complicated. If you need to stop drinking, stop fucking drinking. Let it be the end of that. Move the fuck on. Once you start getting deep into, oh, you gotta rid of your desires, the dark night of the moon, you went through a crisis. Bitch, shit happens to everyone. You step on a fucking ant. He went through a dark night of the moon, and he's still living, and he was able to survive that. That's a dark night. It's like, who gives a fuck? They try to overcomplicate shit, and then a lot of you guys be thinking it's intellectual, but look at life is not hard. It's very simple. Don't they like to make shit very deep because they don't got nothing to talk about. They don't have no type of like nothing. They need to be able to say the same thing a million times in different ways so they can keep their platform and monetization and all this shit going. And most of these views are fake. Most of these people aren't even watching these views. Like, look, just think about it. Who the fuck has time to watch all of these live streams? Anybody getting over like 1,000, 2,000 views on a live stream, who the fuck is watching you, nigga? Ain't nobody watching you. Most people got to go to work. And even when you come home and you watch live, you know how many people go live every day? Thousands of people. Nobody, even if you wanted to, you couldn't even watch all the live streams. And even if you did, you'll probably watch 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Most people, they watch a live stream they're interested in, they watch it for quite a bit. Nobody has time to watch. So where are all these people coming from? And then don't people got to go to work and work 8+ more hours every day? Who the fuck has time to be watching all of this shit that gets so many views? And even if they did get views, the watch hours is low as fuck. They'll probably watch like 2 minutes of it because the views are calculated when somebody clicks it and probably watches it for like a minute. They don't, if they calculate a views based on if this person watched, you have to watch 45% of the video for us to calculate it as a view. And if you're watching 45% of a video, that means you actually find it interesting. Most people watch shit because they're not interested. So if you really look at it, this is why, like I will say, and this is what I'm saying from experience. I'll see people like this is one nigga, right? It's hilarious because this nigga was online begging for dollars, begging for money. This nigga had 30-some thousand subscribers, right? And he was begging for money for like 5 hours. He's like, I'm trying to make $5 an hour, you motherfuckers. Donate to my fucking channel. And he's just complaining. And he thinks he's gonna donate because he got 30-some thousand subscribers. But if you look at how he got his subscribers, he makes a bunch of fucking dumbass, useless shorts. Like, because that's the way to get views. He makes like shorts. So it's like nobody gives a fuck about your shorts, dude. People just watch that because you don't have a real audience. So when you come start asking for money, you barely can get $1, and then there's like hundreds of people in your room. It's because you have a fake ass audience. It's not real, you stupid fuck. And most of those are bots. Most of those subscribers are bots. But his dumb ass doesn't know that. He's like trying to go viral and famous from this shit. And it's like, nigga, you're not. It's just, this shit is ridiculous. It's funny, man. This shit's funny. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's what I tell you guys. Don't get lost into this algorithm shit. That's what I said. Do not get lost into this algorithm shit because it's like a waste of time. Plus, you don't want to be. I don't even want to be known on that level. If you want to be known on that level, let it be like you invented a cure to cancer. You invented a herb that you mix together yourself that can get rid of diabetes. That's something that's of actual importance that can actually help. And from you helping, then you can bring in a lot of income. You can create something that's going to be good. You can start your own little healing school. Something like this have to be with like that heal, but whatever that you do, that's what you want to be known. Like just like I like the way I talk, I don't want to be known for just talking like this. I don't want to be. I don't want, especially how I talk. I hurt a lot of people's feelings. Like that's why they banned my fucking face. They banned my Facebook yesterday, and they banned my YouTube. No, they didn't ban my YouTube. They flagged 2 videos and they said they were inappropriate and they were going to be you have to be over 18. So I don't care if my video needs to be seen by people over 18. If I look at my analytics, nobody under 18 watches my shit. To be honest, like nobody under 18 watches my shit. So I don't care. So it's not affecting me. But they did that right after they banned my Facebook to be like, we're watching you or some shit. It was like a thing. And one of the videos they banned was actually private. It was a video that I did back in 2021. So why the fuck were you going back in 2000? That video was private, and then they flagged it. How the fuck are you flag something that's private? I didn't know they do that. Well, they did it to me before, but I didn't think yours. even like why does it matter? It's private. I can see if I unprivated it, ain't nobody can watch it. That's why like those videos I did where I was pissing in the store. I just deleted those videos. I think I have one in my phone, but I just deleted it because I didn't want them like to ban my channel because of that. Because I did a video where I went into 7-Eleven and I pissed on all the chips and shit. But that was like back when I was really I'm not gonna say I regret doing it, but I would never do that now. Like that's really like I was just going overboard at that point. But I wouldn't do that now. Maybe if it was like at a bank or at a fucking city hall, I'll fucking shit, piss, do all the fucked up shit. But like a regular place like that, I wouldn't do that because that's like. But I deleted that video because I was like, they're probably gonna just give me a strike, even if I private it. So I was like, let me just delete that video. He's like, exactly, the herb or something would help. They didn't ban the video. They pretty much just said you have to be over 18. You have to be over 18 to watch it, which I don't give a fuck. I don't got people under 18. If I seen somebody under 18 watching my shit, I would tell them to get the fuck off my channel because I'd be talking really disrespectful, and that's the last thing I need is to cuss somebody's motherfucking parent out. And because just because they want to say, well, why like bitch, you need to watch what your kids are watching. I'm gonna talk how I want to talk. Like I'm not gonna sit there and censor myself because kids are watching my channel. I don't give a fuck about that. Like I'll tell a kid to go fuck yourself and get the fuck out of here. And if I can't go upside the kid's head, I'll go into their parents and fuck up their parents' shit. And like so, I don't give a fuck about no damn kids like that. I'm not gonna censor myself for no fucking children. So I don't see why they said that under 18 thing. Like, I thought all my videos, you would think all my videos will be automatically labeled over 18 based on how I talk. Why would any fucking video, even the videos I don't cuss, why the fuck would they be under 18? That don't make any fucking sense. Like all my videos that I don't cuss is not under 18. The fuck? If somebody younger learns from it, that's good. But I don't ever make my videos with trying to make. I'm not no fucking Fortnite content creator who talks like a fucking groomer. Oh, we're playing Fortnite tonight, guys. You know what costume I'm gonna wear? I just got these points, man. Well, you know what we're gonna buy with it? Like, I'm not fucking like that. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't have a gaming channel dedicated to kids and all that bullshit. The fuck? Like, why would I fucking give a fuck? So, like, when they did it, it made me just look at it like they just trying to fucking just be retarded. Like, it's the principle of this shit. It's not like it really mattered. He said, I found many people genuinely don't know, but anyone that knows usually has cosplay like they're done. Yeah, most people don't know shit. I feel insulted when I have to go around retarded people because that's why, like, when I be trying to talk intelligent to somebody and they're retarded, they're not understanding what I'm saying. It's like insulting to me. Like, how the fuck am I? Like, I look at myself like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why am I around a retard and I'm talking this deep? Like, I need to get the fuck away from this person. That's how I feel when I'm around people who don't know shit. Like I start looking at myself like what the fuck am I doing? I'm sitting here like talking this deep to this retard. Like, am I retarded? Like, he's retarded because he's retarded. I'm retarded because I'm trying to talk intelligence to a retard. So like I'm just like them, but in a different way. I'm a higher vibration retard. He's a lower vibration retard. I'm a retard for trying to explain something to a retard. That's a higher vibration retarded. You never explain anything to a fucking retard. You let a retard be a retard. Life, this is why they have pain. This is why they have disappointment, loss. These things teach people lessons. They punish people for being a fucking piece of shit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand, like, sometimes people need to go through pain, loss, disappointment, anger, depression. These things are necessary for certain people. It don't people they this another thing. they'll talk about all these channels that they put in the algorithm. They talk about like depression, loss, anxiety is a bad thing. It's a bad thing for those who are trying to get better in life, but most people, they're not trying to get better. They're just trying to not experience it. So when you're somebody who's not trying to experience depression, anxiety, anger, and you're not doing nothing to better yourself, you need to be depressed. Like certain people need depression. Depression is very necessary in life. Anger, disappointment, loss, that is necessary. Not for everyone. The people who do the work, who know how to not be in that mindset, then obviously it's not necessary for them because they're not in it. They did what they got to do to get out of it. But if you don't know what the fuck to do to get out of it, then you need to be depressed. You need to be angry. You need to be lost. You need that. You need some type of smoke. You need that smoke. There's nothing that's not needed. There's nothing that's completely good or completely bad. Some people need to be depressed. They'll talk about, oh, how to get rid of depression, which is good. But even when you look at the videos, no one really tells you how to get rid of it. They just tell you what you need to do. If you want to get rid of it, that's up to you. You see what I'm saying? So some people, they need to be in a negative state so they can realize, okay, I don't like feeling like this. I don't want to feel like this. I'm gonna do right so I don't feel like this. You gotta look at it like that. Let me go up and read some more of these comments. I'm gonna try not to skip any of them. Are people aware that they are speaking bullshit and no sense? Do they do it purposely or they're not aware of it? I'll say it's both, but it's more so on the most people aren't realizing it because like you gotta understand, like knowledge, wisdom, all of that shit, it comes from life experience. If you don't have no experience of life, you're not gonna know certain things. So you have to have a lot of life experience. You have to, your spirit has to be in the right state because everything is, a lot of this shit is spiritual. Like some people are like for example, you have bacteria. Bacteria is a living organism, but a bacteria can't drive a car. A bacteria can't eat the way a human eats. A bacteria doesn't have the same awareness like a human or a dog or animal, or because they're lower because of their spirit. Their spirit is in a certain type of like frequency, so it could only be bacteria. So you gotta look at when it comes to humans. A lot of humans, their spirit is retarded, so they come down as somebody who has a severe retardation. So now they have to be in a hospital where they needed another grown adult to wipe their ass because their spirit's retarded, and their spirit could only make a retarded mind. And then from that retarded mind, your mind, whatever the mind goes, the body goes. So if you have a retarded spirit, you're gonna have a retarded mind, and then you're gonna have a retarded body. So you're gonna be you may be born with like a fucking cleft toe knuckle or some shit, hella retarded. It just shows you where that person's spirit's at. They have a retarded spirit, but you can build your spirit up. Like you go to the gym and be on that fucking P90X. You can build that shit up and become a nice, great, strong spirit. But you have to do the work. And that's what we're all down here doing. So don't hate on a retarded spirit because they can still do the work and get right, but they're just a retarded spirit. So when you see somebody, they don't know what they're talking about, is like for example, the government, that whole European lineage of what's it called? Like that Norwegian, Vikings, Neanderthal, the government, that whole lineage is a retarded spirit. So when you're born in that lineage, there's certain things you don't know. Like the government, they don't know shit. And you may say, well, they know how to make laws and structures. They copied it from indigenous people around the world, especially Native Americans. They copy it. So because when you have a retarded spirit, you can only be born in certain bodies. Like you can't be a retarded spirit and be born into an indigenous body. It won't work. You could only be born into a body that caters. It's like when you play a video game and they say you have to be level 20 to choose this character. and you can't. It's not unlocked. The character's locked because you have to be level 20, and you're only level 1. You can only play with the dumb characters, the ones that are unlocked. It's the same with the spirit. If you have a retarded spirit and you can't choose a body and you can't choose a certain mind, you can only have a certain mind, and you can only be what you create. So you can't be a spirit and then hop into an intelligent mind and body, because you can't, because your spirit's retarded. Spirit's number one. Remember, if you have a retarded spirit, you can't jump into an intelligent mind and body. So the people in government, this is why the government, when you look at them, like you look at Donald Trump, you look at Dave, what's that nigga's name? Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor, whatever. All of these rich billionaires, they look with Elon Musk, they look like shit. They don't know shit. Everything that they know, they copied from indigenous people around the world. And you guys may say, no, you're lying. Like I said, China, they have indigenous people there. Chinese people who are in government, they're Chinese. They're the same indigenous people that were on the land. So why is it that they're more advanced and have their own technology? Because they don't copy shit from America. So this tells you white people and all these, not even white people, but these people in government, they didn't create shit. They just copied it from indigenous people around the world and Native American people. They don't know anything because their spirit is retarded. That's why when they come down here, the only thing they know how to do good at is create a military and be violent and kill people. And then from that, they steal the information and then they copy it. And then they even when they copy it, they need other people to help them copy it. Like they need like a Mexican to come over here and garden and work in Home Depot or help build. They need a fucking Chinese person to be a doctor here to help them in their science labs to create medicine. They need an Indian to work on their technology. That's why they have immigrants come over here, because the immigrants, the Indians, the Asians, the Africans, the Arabs who own these stores, they're the ones doing all the root work. None of these people in government, they don't know how to do that shit. And the ones that do know how to do it, they may say, oh, this guy, he knows how to do it and he's in the government. That's because he copied. They have a retarded spirit. So when they come into the government, the government, it's a lineage of spirits. So like you'll see somebody in the government that just like, how the fuck did he become like the CEO of Walmart? And who the fuck is he? Like the CEO of fucking Whole Foods and Walmart. It's just some white dude. Like, who the fuck is he? What did he do to even get? He wasn't shit. He was just born into a family. Like his family was like killed hella indigenous people and did a whole bunch of fucked up shit. And since he's like part of that lineage, they gave him that position. So he's probably the son of like some racist like colonizer that killed hella people. So he's like the son of like that's probably his great grandfather or some shit. But he's like he was born here like 30, 50, 40 years ago. So since he's connected, they put him in that CEO position because like so he's like in control, because America's a big scam. A CEO, that's they're playing a part of the scam. So when you have a scam or a fraudulent operation, like a pyramid scheme, you have different people play their roles. Some people need to do you have the CEO like Walmart? That's a scam. Walmart was invented because they killed indigenous people, took over their land, took the stuff off the land and started selling it. And they got money, and then they use that money to dig up resources off the land. And any resources that's not on the land that they want to sell, they buy it from China. So Walmart is a corrupt. There's no creativity in that. Walmart was created by any type of corporation. So who runs the corporation and oversees that part of the scam? The CEO. They call it the chief executive officer. A chief. They copy the Indians. It's a chief. They're the chief of that scam. So whoever's the CEO is a fucking scammer. There's no reason a CEO should exist. It's not real. It's part of the scam. And then they got the celebrities, which is another part of the scam for the propaganda, the media, the puppets to try to influence the people. And they got the police force, like the sheriff, the military, the general. They're all part of the scam. And they have the president. They're all like part of the scam. And the whole part of the scam is the whole reason they have the scam and what they do every day is to keep this country running. That's the only The only mission they have, their mission never changes. Keep this shit running, whatever it means. Even if it means we have to bring in AI, we got to bring in Bitcoin, all of that shit, and even all that shit is not going to work like you guys think is going to work. All that shit's going to fail. Bitcoin, AI, all that shit's going to fail. It's not going to work like you guys think it is because it's not authentic. In this new shift, everything has to be authentic. If it's not authentic, then it's going to fall. It's going to fail. And when it fails, it's not going to be what you think. Don't get the what you think. When I say fail and how you think it's going to look, get that out of your brain, because it's going to fail in ways you probably can't even comprehend. And like a lot of this shit's failing right now, but you're only seeing what they want you to know. If you're not tapped in spiritually and can see it from that spiritual mindset, you will think everything. And even then, you could see shit collapsing, but it doesn't look as bad as it is. Like when you look at it in real life, it may not look as bad, but if you look at spiritually, this shit's really fucked up. There's shit like they're really losing control, and like a lot of shit is like going like under. Like even like their whole AI and Bitcoin shit, it is not real. Like all of that shit is like it's gonna fall apart. Even with the AI shit, like a lot of fucking that, because even when you look at the whole AI shit, it doesn't make sense because AI copies people, right? AI copies people. They copies data and information which is created by people. Because you said there's some guy, he said AI can predict the stock market. And because AI looks over data and it can predict data. But who creates the data, motherfucker? If I create the data, then if there's no data, AI can't fucking do shit. There has to be data. But who creates the data? Human beings. So at the end of the day, if humans stop creating data and only AI creates data, AI is gonna have to copy itself. Like it wouldn't make sense because human beings aren't. So that will make humanity eventually stagnated because nothing will be created because humans aren't creating shit because AI can do it. So then AI will have to copy itself. So nothing will be created. Everything will just be the same repetitive shit, just said in a different way. Like human beings can create a different style. Like I'm trying to give you an example. There's things that humans create that they invent. We create. AI doesn't create. AI can only manipulate what was already created. It can't create a new genre of music. AI can't do that. It can only make music, rap music, country music. It can do, but it can't create its own genre. He said, hey, they're cracking down on AI. Yeah, because this shit, nobody takes that shit serious. There was this one thing I seen. It was this video game or some shit. Like they were gonna give it an award or something, and then they said that it used AI in a certain part of the game and it was stripped of its reward. Like, even they're not taking that shit serious no more. Like they're because AI is not really gonna help society like that. Even if even if they have AI, right, and nobody's working, how are people gonna get money? Like, so it doesn't make sense. Like all that shit is retarded. Yeah, and it's like it needs humans. And then I was arguing with somebody, or not arguing, but I was talking to somebody, right? And I was like, they're like, well, the AI can program itself to create more AI, and then the AI can replicate itself. That's never gonna happen, dumb fuck. Even if, let's just say, a robot starts replicating itself, it still needs to be programmed by a human to replicate itself. An AI can't replicate itself without a human being programming it to replicate itself. And eventually, the AI is gonna need to get charging. It's gonna break down. You can't even have a fucking iPhone without it breaking down in a few years. You think they're gonna make an AI that can fucking last 1,000 years? You're fucking retarded. And even if you could do that, what and that was a possibility. What idiot would do that? Why didn't you just say, let's make the AI break down in 5 years, just in case it needs to break down or we can't control it? Even though that's fake. Like, it's just retarded. That whole AI shit is retarded. I'm not telling you guys don't use it or whatever. Like, do whatever you want to do. But I just say it's fucking stupid how they try to promote this shit. Like, it's something like, it's like the next thing. Even like the whole Bitcoin shit, that doesn't even make sense because even with Bitcoin, everyone's trying to get rich from Bitcoin when it gets to $1 million, but not everyone's gonna. Only a certain amount of people are gonna be able to get rich. Once too many people start investing in something, when you invest in something, you're investing to get a return on your investment. If too many people invest in something, then there's not going to be enough people. There's not going to be enough money to pay out the investors. If I invest $10 into something to make 20, I could only make 20 if there's enough money in whatever I invested in. If everybody invests $10 into something, how the fuck how is that going to generate enough money? Because people, and you invest based upon belief, faith, you think it's going to work. So if that's the reason, once you invest into something, it can make money, but it's only going to make so much money because it needs to pay out everyone, and it won't be able to pay out everyone, and that's when it's going to fucking just fuck up. So that's I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, people will make money. You can't, but if you look at people say, oh, people make money off Bitcoin, but if you look at Bitcoin, the times people made money, more people still have their money in Bitcoin. So you may have been able to make 100,000, or if you had 1,000, if you had like $1,000, I think in Bitcoin like 5 years ago, you'll have $10,000 right now. But most people didn't take out or put in that much money for you not to get that money back. If everyone put $1,000 in Bitcoin back in 2020 or whatever year, if everyone did it, and in the Bitcoin ways, it would not be enough to pay everybody. They would have had to collapse. Like it's not like what you guys think. They will have to collapse that shit. That shit, because what would happen was the people up top who would take their money out and cause Bitcoin. If too many people invest into something, the top people who are insiders, who are like Masons and part of the government, they will take their money out because they don't want the people who have the most money in Bitcoin or any investment. They're going to be responsible for paying everyone if the value goes up. So they're going to take their money out so they don't lose their money. And then once the people who invested the most money take their money out, it's going to drop the value of that asset you're investing in. So you may say, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money in Bitcoin. But then you got to understand, they say like 80, over like 90% of the Bitcoin is owned by like a certain group of people. If they were to take all their money out the Bitcoin and you left your money in there, your money would not be worth the same. What's making the value of your Bitcoin, of your investment high for most of these asset money market tools and shit, like stocks, is because you have rich billionaires with a lot of money in it, keeping it. If they were to take all their money, all that shit would crash. That's what I'm saying. Like, even when you look at these investing shit, I'm not saying you can't make money, but you have to get in and get out. Once it goes up, like how Bitcoin, it dropped to like 80 some thousand. Take your money. You could have probably shorted the market. And which shorting means you make money when it goes down. So when Bitcoin was at 120,000 like 3 months ago, if I betted 10, that's what it is, a bet. If I betted $10,000 that the market was gonna go down, and I bet it that it was gonna go down, I would probably have like $100,000 right now, just from Bitcoin dropping. So you see what I'm saying? Like it's all a fucking scam. That's how you make money from it. When you want to get in and you want to get out. When you're trying to do long-term shit, keep it in there for you, that's when you're playing with fire. It's kind of risky. So I don't want to say you can't make money from it, but what I will say is if you want to make money, you got to get in and get out because it's all a fucking scam at the end of the day. But I used to be in that shit. I don't get in it. because I remember I was in there, right, and I made some money, and then I ended up losing a lot. And then when I ended up losing a lot, it and I'm actually glad I ended up losing a lot because well, I think it was like a lesson because I was in it and I had money and I ended up losing a lot of money. And it made me realize this shit is a scam. I got so mad. I got hella mad that I lost that shit. That was the same week I lost that money was the same week I opened my eBay account. My eBay account is doing good because I got so mad. I was like, you know, fuck this shit. And then I felt like something in me just made me have an idea. And I know it was because I lost because when I lost that money, something came in my mind like, let me open an eBay account. And then I opened my eBay account. I made my money back from that within like a month on eBay. But before I lost that money, I never thought about eBay. When I lost that shit, I was like, let me open an eBay. It's like last year. And I was like, because I remember I lost that shit and I was like, this shit is retarded. Because it's all like a big fucking scam. Like, because you can predict the market, but at the same time, you got to understand that there's people on the other end of it. Like they need the market to go up and down at the end of the day. So it's not going to always stay up. It's not going to always go in a certain pattern because in order for you to make money, somebody has to lose money. So if everyone's making money off the stock market, then that's there that's less money for the people up top. So you gotta look at it like everyone they need people to lose. If there's too much winning in the stock market, then that's a problem. If it's too much losing, then nobody's gonna trust it and invest in it because you're losing too much money. And you need people's money if they have the faith in it to invest. So there can't be too much winning or losing. So there's always going to be when you're dealing with stock market, there's always going to be a time where the stock market will drop suddenly. It would just drop suddenly. And it's don't look at it like they just control the numbers. Oh, it goes up, it goes down. They can control it like that, but it's it's mainly to do with situations. Somebody's calling me. It's mainly due to situations. That's why, like, I wouldn't suggest anyone. If you are gonna get into it, get in and get out. That's the only thing I would say. If you're gonna get into Bitcoin trading stocks, get in and get out. First of all, if you have a true purpose in life, if you have a true purpose in life, you shouldn't even be worrying about these get rich quick. That shit should even be on your agenda. You should be working on you should be working on what you need to do, what you need to be. And that should be the main thing. And if you want to get into other things, then go ahead. Because a lot of that shit is like it's just it's a scam. Every time you lose money, that money goes somewhere. You don't lose money in the stock market and it disappears. It goes into somebody's bank account. This is why they have certain people that are even all these corporations. They invest some of their profit into it, and they have insider knowledge, so they know when something's gonna happen. Like when the pandemic happened, the stock market went down when the pandemic because a lot of businesses got shut down. You don't think a lot of people like these CEOs and shit? You don't think that they know about that? They know about that shit. They knew there was gonna be a pandemic because the pandemic was fake. It wasn't real. It was a fake, fictional act of the system. So there were certain people in certain positions who knew that was going to happen probably around like September of 2019. So they got their money out. I remember there was this one, his name was Taj Tariq Bey. When I used to watch his videos, I don't watch him anymore, but he said a lot. This was like 3 years ago. He's like, a lot of people are taking their money out the stock market. A lot of these companies. And it's funny when he said that because when he said that I think it was this year. I don't know what it was. I think the stock market crashed at the beginning. It was a time where it crashed. And even before the pandemic, he was saying that a lot of corporations are taking their money out of the stock market. And I remember the pandemic happened, and this was like 2 years after he said that. And then like another situation happened, and he was saying that, and like I will see a pattern every time he will say that. There'll always be some type of event, like a pandemic or some type of like situation where shit will go wrong. So that's why I was like, this shit is a scam. Like it's all a big scam. And then they have certain times where they make it no, because they need people to believe in the stock market. So you'll have people say, well, I have a trading strategy. And don't get me wrong, those strategies, I'm not saying they don't work, but they create the don't look at it like, oh, I'm hacking the stock market because I know the trading. They remember I said they need you to believe that that the stock market is, they need you to believe in it. So they create certain strategies and make people think that, oh, I can make money from it. And people do make money, because in order for you people to believe it, you need to have people make money and become comfortable. So they'll do that, but then every now and then you'll lose money. Every single person I know that makes a lot of money trading, ask them. They'll tell you how they lost thousands. Like when you see a nigga who's like, I make millions of dollars trading, that means he lost hundreds of thousands trading. When you see a nigga say, I made $50,000 trading, he lost probably like $80,000 trading, and then made $50,000 profit. That means he made $130,000 in terms of trading. He lost 50,000, or he lost 80,000, so he has 50,000. See what I'm saying? You can't. You're gonna, when you trade, you're gonna lose thousands of dollars. Even the traders that are millionaires, they'll tell you, all of them, not every single one that I've seen, heard, they all lost hundreds of thousands, million. They lost a lot of money in it, because because in order to make money trading, somebody has to lose money. There's nobody who just trades and they never lose, unless there's somebody. And even then, like even the people who are really like, they're not even trading because they don't need to trade. Like they're not even dealing with money. Them motherfuckers, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like it's retarded. Let me read some more of these comments. And I'm not tripping over YouTube. They didn't try to screw me over. They haven't done shit. He said YouTube can't stop Chauncey. They came back dropping. Now they didn't screw me over. Like I don't give a fuck about this channel. I'm not monetized. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want you guys to think like, oh, I'm like somehow I'm fighting YouTube, or I'm fighting for the people. Like first of all, I'm not trying to wake the people up. I don't give a fuck about the people. Um, I'm not even. I won't even go and say like, yeah, I hate this system, but my fight isn't to overthrow the system or to try to fight the. I don't give a fuck about that. Like I'm just trying to live my life, be and do my shit. I'm not. They didn't screw me over, and I don't. Because first of all, I'm not monetized. I don't have a family. I'm not getting mainly my income from YouTube because I'm not monetized. So I'm not. They can't screw me over through YouTube because I'm not monetized. So since I'm not monetized, and I don't even have an ambition to give a fuck about this platform, they're not screwing me over at all. So like I don't see. I haven't put myself in a position where they can screw me over because I'm not, like I said, I'm not monetized. So I don't give a fuck about this platform. Like that. If I was making tens of thousands of dollars on YouTube, or making thousands of dollars a month on YouTube, and then they started fucking with my shit, then I could say that, okay, they screwing me over. This is some bullshit. But I'm not even in that position, to be honest, for them to even screw me over. So I don't give a fuck about this goddamn platform. So that's why I make the videos I make, and I talk the way I talk, because part of it is just because this is how it is, and another part of it is because I don't want certain people on my page. Like I don't like fake ass people on my page. So that's why I kind of push my message. Like I'm not like, you guys look at the way I talk, like this is how I am in real life. This is why I make everything about business, because when you make everything about business, then it's easier for me to compromise, because there's a bigger purpose. When I'm bored, when people are bored and there's nothing that's being obtained, then people care about things that aren't important. Like right now, YouTube, this is not important to me. I just do this shit for fun. So this is why I can talk my shit and say whatever. But when I'm trying to do something serious in the real world to get to a certain goal or accomplishment, there's no reason for me to talk like that. And it's not me being fake. It's I'm trying to accomplish a goal. That's the mission. On here, I can just go and speak how I want to speak because I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me on this fucking platform because I'm not getting paid. I don't have to. I'm not no puppet that I gotta present myself or I'm gonna lose my check. I can freely speak how I want to speak. What are they gonna do? Shadow ban me? I don't give a fuck because I don't want to be known. I don't want too many people watching my video, especially the way I speak, because this is how you create a lot of trolls, a lot of people that they feel because I can hurt people's feelings, and I'm not really trying to do that. And I don't need people trying to stalk me and start trolling my shit all the time. Like I don't want my shit too big because there's this one motherfucker made a fucking collage video about me. I think about it, probably like a year and a half ago. It's like, oh, Chauncey one needs to be stopped, and he's a menace to society, and he got like a video of me doing shit from old videos, and he put them together. This is a bad person. Like I don't need motherfuckers like that on my page. Like I don't want to be big because people are weird. There's people who don't even talk like me, and the amount of hate that they get, you would think that this person's a fucking like a dictator or something. Like he needs to be put under a fucking rug and shot to death. Like you would think that's what the person that these trolls are hating on is, based on like the amount of hate they get. And they don't even say nothing. Some of these people don't even cuss. They get hate. So I'm like, I don't want my channel getting that big because I don't want it. I don't need that attention because people get their feelings hurt and people be acting weird. I even had people that were cool with me on this channel and um, they stopped coming on my channel because they got offended. And I'm glad, that they weren't disrespectful. Like I show them respect because they just straight up, they weren't disrespectful. They just left the channel and didn't say nothing. You don't like it, just don't watch my shit. Because a lot of people, they don't got shit going on in their life. So they have time to look at, oh, this person hurt my feelings. This person did what are you trying to do in life? What's your goal? What's your mission? Are you accomplishing that? That's it. If you're not doing that, then don't be around me because like you're just gonna find ways that you want me to validate you. And even then, even if I didn't cuss and I didn't say anything, it'll be another reason. Why you wear the same black tee? Why don't you comb your hair? Why don't you say it like, shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of my fucking shit, you fucking weird ass bitch. I could come on here and speak like fucking Sri Lanka or fucking Buddha, whatever these fucking Indians, not even Indians, these fucking 7-Eleven Arab workers. Because they're not Indian. They're 7-Eleven bunch worker, whatever the fuck you call those people. Those people that are in that country they call India, which is not even India. It's like they're Arabs. I could be talking like one of these fucking people with like the diaper and the yoga meditation Buddha motherfuckers. People will still have something to hate on me. So fuck you, nigga. I don't need you. I don't need your fucking advice or opinion or nothing. I don't even come on here to try to wake people. I just like to come on here because I like hearing myself talking. I just like to talk and engage, and I do it for fun. I don't even wake anyone up. I just do this shit because I like doing it. I can't help that I'm so intelligent, and when I talk, sometimes that's why I ramble all over the place. Cause I don't give a fuck. I just talk how I feel like talking. Like this is just a shit I just do. I don't give a fuck. I don't come on here for no reason. If I'm in real life, then that's where it's a purpose and a reason. When I come on YouTube, this is with me just joking around and chilling. Yeah. He said the masses will refute this wisdom. They don't have. They can refute all. That's their choice. Just because they refute it doesn't mean shit. If they refute the wisdom, that's just gonna lead to their own demise. They're not hurting nobody but themselves. Like everyone has every right to make their own decision. That's why we all have free will. But it's just gonna hurt yourself, and eventually, once somebody's tired of being hurt and going through loss and disappointment, then they'll realize, okay, let me change, let me switch something up. All the money they lose, seeing, yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't want to say shout out to Mysterio. I'm not gonna say you can't make money off trading, or I haven't made money, or there isn't a way to make money. But I'm saying don't put too much of your eggs in that basket. Don't think you're gonna become some self-made millionaire just by trading. Even when you look at a lot of these traders, they will trade, but then they have courses and they sell their courses. A lot of traders, they will trade and they get their money and they open courses and they open other businesses. There's nobody who just trades and that's it. That's very stupid because it's like you just having YouTube as an only income. That's very dumb because you can be somebody who's making 15 grand, 20 grand a month from YouTube. You say the wrong thing or another pandemic happens and you don't want to wear your mask and you walk into you could be a content creator who didn't say nothing. You walk into a store during the pandemic, you didn't wear a mask. YouTube could have easily shadow banned you and cut your check or demonetize you. Like even when you do have you can't be dependent on anything. Always want to be dependent on your own skill, what you have. Mysterio, you say you want to do Qigong. Let's just say you have a Qigong course and people are buying that. That's your own skill. Nobody can take from you. People are gonna always need something to do with health and trying to have well-being. So that's something you have. It's not something that somebody's given to you. Not to say you shouldn't make money on YouTube, but if you do, don't make it your main thing. Don't make trading your main thing if you're gonna do it. I want to say you can't make money from trading. If you know how to play the shit right, you can, but at the same time, you gotta understand you are gonna lose some money because they make money by losing. If everybody's winning money, if everybody was winning so much money in trading and was getting out, and let's just say if everybody was able to tell the future and they were able to make money from trading, do you know that they will by the next week or the next day they will change the rules of trading? They will make it where you probably you can only trade $1,000 a day. So if too many people made money, what I'm trying to say is if too many people made money from one of their scams, they will have to change the rules. This is why they make it so hard to own a business because they don't want everyone owning a business because they need some people that can't own a business that have to work at McDonald's to kind of because when you're in certain mindsets and you have certain things mentally, spiritually, physically, you tend to not participate in bullshit. So even when it comes to views, this is why they have to do a lot of view botting and shit because most content out there, most people aren't watching. In order for somebody to watch a game, let's say gamers, they stream video games. In order for you to have a game streaming channel and to get tens of thousands of people that love you and watch all your streams, no matter how long, you have to have tens of thousands of people that don't have nothing going on in their life, that are retarded, that are stupid, to make the money, to watch your videos for you to make the money. In order for you to have a company like Nabisco and people eat Cheez-Its and Chips Ahoy and all this shit, you have to have a lot of fat asses who do nothing but stuff groceries in their motherfucking ass all day and love doing it and don't care about their health. If everybody was healthy, vegetarian, vegan, breatharian, all of this shit, then Nabisco wouldn't make no money. If everybody was intelligent and worked on themselves and did shadow work, nobody watched game streaming. So they want to keep society retarded and dumb so they can make money because a dumbass consumer makes money. If everyone decided to go to rehab and not be on drugs, then the cartel wouldn't make billions of dollars because everyone went to rehab. So they want you to be retarded and dumb on a certain level, not too dumb, whereas you can't, you're have to be taken care of by the system, but they want you very dumb, but not dumb enough where you can't do any of their stupid ass jobs. like be a judge, be a fucking a prosecutor, be a construction worker, McDonald, like any of these stupid jobs, a little whatever the fuck, any damn near any job out here. They don't you because those people that I just named, those are stupid, retarded people. They're not smart because they don't know how to build off the land. They don't know shit. But if they had you too smart, you wouldn't need the system. If they have you too dumb, then the system will have to provide for you. So they need you like a few steps above dumb, so you can at least work at their dumbass jobs, make your little dumbass crumbs at they dumbass fucking whatever. So it can kind of like make it so the economy can work. Because a lot of things that they sell in the economy, you don't need. The only reason you think you need it is because you're retarded. So if they had intelligent citizens or people, then a lot of things people spend money on, a lot of businesses will fail. OnlyFans will not even exist if most men didn't fucking waste their money on that shit. If most men fixed their sexual lust issues, the porn industry wouldn't even exist. If most people actually weren't bored, miserable in their life, then game streaming channels wouldn't exist. Because no one's watching a game streaming channel but a bored ass child who can't afford games because their parents too broke, so they have to watch the nigga stream. A grown ass adult who's bored and retarded, has nothing going on, or just a stupid ass person who likes to waste time. But yet, if you're a streamer, you want people to watch your channel. But you don't understand, you have to have only a retard will watch your channel. Nobody who's smart, who has their life together, is going to watch your channel. But so a lot of these content creators, they're making money off retarded people. Like this is why I say, it baffles me, because how can you be a content creator talking about doomer and say the world needs to get better, whereas the world being fucked up, creating fucked up people, is allowing your channel to make money? Anybody who's watching a doomer channel are people who've been through trauma, who don't know how to heal, who are retarded, and who don't know shit. If those people were smart, intelligent, and healed themselves, they wouldn't be watching your channel, and you wouldn't be making money off doomer content. If there weren't a bunch of old ass wrinkly white bitches who look fucking 80 when they're like 40, then your makeup channel wouldn't be where it is. You wouldn't, nobody would need to watch your makeup channel to cover up their fucking flaws in their face because they look 80 and they're supposed to be 43. You see what I'm saying? People have issues. So they need issues to make this the content and shit. This is why they have to add a lot of fake views and shit. Because a lot of people aren't watching certain content that they want people to watch. And it's like, if you look at it, like, that's how it's supposed to be. The less people that watch certain shit, the more better the world will be. Because the way this economy is, for the most part, somebody has to take a loss for a gain. And it doesn't have to be financial loss. It could be a mental loss. Somebody has to be depressed to want to go get some Wellbutrin or Prozac. But Prozac won't make money unless there's depressed people. So it's like, are they trying to get rid of depression? Are you trying to get rid of it? Or do you want it, but then you pretend you don't want it? Like, what the fuck is it? Even like the police system, they'll talk about how black people and criminals need to stop doing crime. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Because last time I checked, I remember when I was locked up in county 10 years ago. The guy told me, one of the prisoners, they told me, the inmates told me, he was like, they'd make like certain amount of $1,000 off each inmate. Because they'll say, oh, you'll have these stupid ass white people like, oh, we're paying for your taxes. We're paying for the inmates. No, somebody's getting rich from the inmates, idiot. Anytime you pay money, somebody's getting rich. So if it costs money to pay, if it costs money to keep prisoners, the money's not just anytime you pay money, it's going to somebody's bank account. So whoever's bank account is going to, they want that to keep going, because America, it thrives off corporation and business. So if you have a way to make money, if somebody was paying you a certain amount of money to do something and you were broke, you're gonna want to keep doing it. So like they try to act like, oh, criminals and this and that, but don't they make money off criminals? Don't they have like they said Michael Jordan has stock market in prisons. Like he was getting paid from people getting locked up. Like it's just weird. Like it's just sometimes I don't get it because don't they want people to be in jail? Isn't that's the reason why they make the law so retarded? Like they'll get mad at somebody stealing, but then keep raising the prices and raising the inflation. And then they'll say, well, they have to raise it because people are stealing. Then shut the fuck up, nigga. They just paid the CEO of Google like $53 million in a year. What the fuck does that one nigga need that much money for? They just spend, and then even then when they say, they say like, oh, like, could you have these idiots will say they sent $40 billion to Argentina. They sent $40 billion to Ukraine. They didn't send any money to Ukraine. You know what they sent that $40 billion to? They sent it to their bank account. A lot of these governments, they have bank accounts in Argentina. They have bank accounts in Ukraine. So why the fuck would a U.S. government send $40 billion to Argentina? It doesn't make sense, dummy. They have a bank account that belongs to people in the U.S. A lot of these people have dual citizenship. So they're probably, a lot of these governments, they probably are a citizen of the U.S. and they're a citizen in like Israel or some shit. So when they send $40 billion to Israel, they're sending it to themselves, dummy. Who the fuck is this gonna send $40 billion to another country for no reason? They're sending it to themselves. You can have a bank account in another country and have one in America. It's all a scam. But anyway, I dropped the link if anybody wants to join. I'll drop it again. I think it's funny because yesterday when I told you guys I got the messages, it's funny how they ban my Facebook and then they ban my they didn't ban my YouTube, but they flagged my YouTube. They didn't ban it or they didn't give me a strike. They just flagged it. It's funny how they did it before this my subscription. It's like they were hella, because remember when I first got suspended on my other video, I said, well, a week's gonna go by quick because a week is hella fast. And it's funny, like a day before, because yesterday was a day before I was gonna get this back. And I was like, damn, that went by quick. And they're probably like, fuck, that shit. They probably wanted that shit to be longer, but since we're in a different shift, time's speeding up. They're like, oh fuck, it's already been a week. And it didn't even feel like a week. So they have to go and ban my Facebook and shit. Like it was just weird, man. I like how my Facebook got banned literally the same day as they flagged my YouTube. It's like they're like, let's just go all in. And then they banned my Facebook for account integrity. They say, oh, you can't have fake accounts on Facebook. You can't have a fake account, but yet you could do fake shit on the account. I could sit here and sell people a fake ass get rich quick scheme. I could sit here and lie about my fucking life and say I'm rich, but I'm really not, or say I'm some type of healer and I'm not. And I can get away. I could be fake on social media. I could be a fucking ugly ass bitch and put a filter and some makeup and use AI, and they don't say that's account integrity. But if I have an account and it's not my government name, somehow that's worth the ban hammer. But you have AI. AI is not account integrity. A fucking sumo wrestler wiping his ass with a fucking duck with AI, that's not account integrity because that's fake. You can't wipe your ass with a fucking duck. But they can show some stupid shit like that, and it's not account integrity. You can be fake on social media. You can be the most miserable, saddest fuck and come on with a smile and show some fucking shoes and money and make people think you're happy. That's not illegal. That's not account integrity. You're not integrity. You're a miserable fuck, but you're showing people all your new gadgets, all your money. Bitch, they had this one nigga, right? He committed suicide. And he was like a tech reviewer. Like he reviewed tech, video games, and all this shit. He committed suicide. But when you watch this nigga's video, man, like if you go and watch this nigga's video, this nigga will look all happy and chill. This nigga will get like every fucking like month he'll get a new expensive ass gadget that gets sent in for free. He had like a person who's an idiot who's so physical would think that he's happy because he has all this money and the way he acts. But this nigga just committed suicide the end of November. They just released it like a few weeks ago because they had to do like an autopsy and shit to make sure nobody pulled a bullet in his head and it was actually him killing himself. But once they did, they said it was ruled a homicide or a suicide. But when you watch his videos, he never mentioned on his channel that he killed himself or he was suicidal, he was depressed. At least I didn't see it. I didn't watch his channel like that, but I'll see him in the algorithm, and then I'll click on it every blue moon. And he looked like somebody who's normal. You would never think he has suicide. Dude just killed himself. When you look at all his videos, the past like 20, 30, 40 videos, he's just like boisterous and laughing. I just got this new $500 fucking gaming chair. I got this new Sony sent me this PlayStation and this like I got this new fucking iPad goggles. It costs $35. Like he has all this shit and you be thinking he's happy. The way he acts and he's jumping and he's getting all this shit. And he getting views too. Most people look at that like, oh, he's happy, but this nigga committed suicide. And he's gone. Like literally, they said he committed suicide. Like, and it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Most motherfucking people are fake on this platform. It's because you see all these people they'll show, because you gotta understand, happiness has nothing to do with the physical. Happiness is a spiritual thing. So happiness, depression, that's all spiritual. So if you're in the physical and you're happy and it's fake or it's not real, the spirit overnight would just possess you with depression. So people look at depression as, oh, I went through this. I was jumped. I was abused. And that's why I'm depressed. Sometimes you could be happy and you got everything going in life, and then you wake up one morning and you're just depressed, where you want to kill yourself, because the spirit will put that on you if you're not learning certain lessons. If you're not learning certain lessons in life, it needs to get your attention. So it will just put an extreme depression on you. It'll make a situation happen to you where all of a sudden like everything's just taken away from you. That's why you guys got to be careful and move with intention. You want to move with intention. Don't be just doing shit because life is not what you think it is. You are in control of your life, but at the same time, you're not in control. We're not going to sit here and be playing games. I'm not going to lie to you, niggas. You're not in control of everything in your fucking life. In a certain aspect, your life really don't even belong to you on a certain aspect. You don't believe me? Some decisions that you guys, you may think that you're in control, but and say, well, I don't want to do drugs. Let's just say you have somebody who's doing drugs and they can't see their kids and the kid wants them in their life, but the judge says you can't see their kids, or the other spouse says you can't see your kids unless you get healthy and get off drugs. The guy may say, it's my life. I want to do drugs. It has nothing to do with the kid. But at the same time, if he keeps doing drugs and then something happens to the kid where the dad wasn't there to protect the kid, the dad in a way caused that. Because if you were on drugs, you probably could have put your son in a better place where they wouldn't have experienced that negative thing that happened to them. So your decisions can actually harm and affect people around you. You may say, I could do what I want. I don't want to do this. And it'll be good. But then you do what you want. And then somebody gets taken away from you because you were doing what you wanted. So yeah, you did what you want. But when that thing that you lost happened, and it was because you didn't make the decisions in your life, you're going to be feeling sad. Like, damn, if I would have just put this aside, I probably could have helped this. And you're going to start having that regret. That's what regret is. Regret is you doing what you want to do and something happening to you that you didn't think would happen because you're doing what you want to do. Because if you're like, oh, I can do what I want to do, but then you did what you want to do, and then something happened, you lost opportunity, and it was out of your control, and you didn't think your decisions would have affected it, so you regret doing what you did. That's what regret is. Something happening outside of you from lack of your own decisions because you were caught up in I can do what I want to do. So this is why I say your life literally doesn't belong to you. It kind of does. It kind of doesn't. It's like free will. We have free will and we don't have free will. You have free will to better your life. You have free will to get your nervous system and get everything, your mind right. But if you don't do that, then you're gonna let your mind be able to control your actions. Now you being depressed when you don't want to be depressed. You get angry when you don't want to get angry. How many of you guys want to get angry? Every time you get depressed and angry, do you want that? Every time you feel a bout of depression, do you want that? Hell no, you don't want it. But it happened. So why don't you just control it and make yourself happy? Because you didn't use your free will to do what you got to do to get out of it. So you don't get free will when it happens to you. But yet again, you do because your lack of action, your inaction caused it. So you had free will to not do it. So it's going to cause your depression. So you did cause your depression and you didn't. It's like kind of like that type of situation. That's why I say you have free will, but you don't have free will. You don't 100% have it. You don't 100% don't have it. It's a mix. That's why I say all that manifestation shit is retarded. If you want to say manifestation is real, you might as well say I manifested putting this black tank top on my body. I manifested putting my hand to my head. That's manifestation. I want my hand to my head. I manifested it. What the fuck else are you, when you talk about manifestation, what the fuck else are you talking about? I can manifest a fist to some old lady's face. You see what I'm saying? I can sit here, I think about it, and then I go and do it. What else do people think of manifestation is when they hear about it? Like, I don't understand. Nigga, like you can do whatever the fuck you say you're gonna do. Like, people be on some weird shit, like, and if you want to say, well, it's about it happening and magical, and if that's the case, manifest some wings, grow some wings, or manifest a fucking some, I don't know, manifest like a flying pig, manifest invincibility where you can jump off a building and not die. Manifest that. You can't manifest. You're gonna tell, well, that's because give me a fucking dumbass excuse, which the same excuse you'll give me, you can say that for manifesting in general. Well, you can't do that because it's against the law and the laws of physics. So it's also against the laws of physics to think you can manifest a fucking car and you didn't do shit to get the car. How the fuck you gonna manifest a Lamborghini if you didn't do shit to get the Lamborghini? Fucking retarded. Damn, 2 hours already. Yeah, depression and anger sucks. It feels better once you get it. Exactly. Sometimes when you go through something like that and you get out of it, it feels better than if you were never to go, because you have more of a value and appreciation for life when you go in it and you get out of it. You have a value, an appreciation and a value for it, for certain things. If you never really were depressed and you're always happy, you probably won't feel the same as once you were really. It's like if you were looking for your car keys and you lost your car keys or you lost your phone and you couldn't find your phone for like 3 days, but then you found your phone, the amount of that's gonna feel better than if you had your phone those 3 days because you thought you lost it. Like, oh man, like especially if you lost it and you're about to buy another one and you're at the store about to buy another one and spend $1,000, and this man, we found your phone, you don't have to spend $1,000. You're gonna have so that relief. It's gonna feel so good. You're like, damn. But in order for you to feel that good relief, you have to go through all that pain of losing your phone. So you see how that pain you went through and overcame and made you feel good. So that's with anything. We're trying to better yourself. You go through pain, but the pain you went through is gonna be transformed into the sheer bliss of you feeling good. Like I overcame that. You said my boy says that XRP will be the new currency. I really don't know and I don't care. Anything that's government controlled, I don't care about. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, that's all government. I don't give a fuck about it. Whatever they want to do with it is going to be. If the government wants XRP to be the new currency, then it's going to be the new currency. That has nothing to do with me. Like I'm not in control of XRP. I don't own XRP. I don't care about it. And even if you own it, you don't own shit. So if the government wants it to be the new money and people believe in that shit, then it will be the new money. But I don't know how he will say. Like, I don't know what the fuck the government's gonna do. Anybody that says they know what the fuck the government's gonna do is first of all, I don't give a fuck what the government's gonna do. Only thing I could talk about is what I think they can do, but I don't know. Like, who? No one knows. Anybody talking about what the government is doing or what's gonna be the new currency, they're an idiot. Like, only thing you can do is observe what the government tells you and make up your own assumptions. Like, all of this shit's retarded. You don't, if you really think about it, everything you know about the government came from the government. Only thing you know the government is they're a bunch of scumbags. As far as anything else about the Epstein list, about fucking the economy, all of that shit, that's all what they tell you. That's all you know. When it comes to the economy, all you can see is you see people working, you see jobs being filled. So right now the economy is operational, it's functioning because people are working. It ain't like nobody's working. Anything else you see, the economy is because the government's playing games. Because people are working. Nobody's not like there's people who don't want to work and be lazy. People are working. If there's anything wrong with the economy, that's what the government's doing. That's them raising the prices. That's them crashing the economy. As far as I know, nigga, economy seems like it's working. If I want to go and buy something, I can go and buy something from the store. If I want to go get a car, if I want to go to the restaurant or go to Walmart, there's people working there. Isn't that a good economy? So that means people are spending money because in order to pay workers, you need people. So, like, as far as I know, the economy is functioning. Whether you want to say it's bad or good, and even then, like, when I hear the news talking about a bad economy, I'm like, why the fuck are you telling the people that? Like, if the economy's bad, go deal with it. It's like I'm a grown ass man and I have kids, and I'm telling my fucking young kid how we need a new alternator on the car. I'm the fucking parent. Go get an alternator. How the fuck would I tell the kid? If the government thinks they control people and they're in control of the money and all they get the biggest paychecks because they're in the government and all of this shit, why are you telling? Like, when it comes to like giving CEOs millions of dollars, they can give a CEO $50 million. They can give fucking all these presidents and shit billions of dollars of control. But when the economy's bad, they gotta tell the people, hey, you got the most money, you print the money, go handle that shit. You look at people like they're lower. What are you telling? Why are you putting on the news every day? The economy's fucked up. Like, what the fuck is, like, the only reason I could think of, because I think, like, what can be the reason? And it's because of fear. It's an emotion. It's not everything on the news is about emotion and fear. It has nothing to do with informing people of nothing, because the shit they talking about is not important. You only inform people on important subjects and topics. Everything they talk about on the news is not important. It's ridiculous. It's like the news is just to create fear, emotion, and to just make money through clicks. Like, talk about what the fuck Nicki Minaj is doing. I don't give a fuck what that bitch is doing. The bitch is like a fucking prostitute. She looks like she doesn't do nothing better than just suck dick. Why the fuck would I care what she's doing unless she's about to get fucking piped the fuck down, or I'm trying to fuck or whatever. Like I don't give a fuck what that bitch. She don't look like she's good for nothing but just sucking dick. So why are you telling me what the fuck she's doing if the bitch ain't important? What she's doing with the government is not important. None of that's important. They try to make all this shit so fucking important, and it's like this shit is annoying, and it sucks because every time you make a Facebook, they switched up Facebook where they always have those. You don't understand how many news networks I have to block. Every time I open Facebook, I always block CNN and Fox. But then Fox has like 20,000 different, because I will block Fox, right? And then they'll have Fox News for Virginia. I don't even fucking live in Virginia. I have to block that. Then they have Fox News in St. Louis. I don't fucking live. I've never been to St. I never want to go to St. Louis. That place looks boring as fuck. I have to block. Like they have Fox News for every city, every county. They have it for the state, for the county, for the city, for the fucking goddamn square feet of a building. Every fucking length of space they have a fucking Fox News. So I gotta keep blocking this shit, and it gets so tiresome. Sometimes I don't block it because when you block one news network, they will show like another news network from another city, and all the news networks are the same shit. They talk about the same shit, and it's so annoying. Like they put this shit in your throat, and it's like it's hard to get rid of it. Like no matter what, and then you may go on you may watch one or two videos, and then once you watch those two videos, they'll start putting a whole bunch. Like they want to find a reason to flood your channel with shit. Like a lot of just negative shit. Like I don't care about this crap. It's hard to avoid it. You gotta like really, like literally not even be on social media to avoid it. Like that's what I'm real. Like you can't be on it. That's why you have a lot of mental illness. That's why I tell you guys don't be on it too much because you'll see a lot of shit and it'll get you thinking a certain way, get you angry. That's why you have a lot of people miserable out here because a lot of that shit is on your feed. Like why in the fuck do I need to know what P Diddy is doing? Like I don't care what he's doing. And then when it gets me so annoyed when I hear people like I'll be cool with people and then they'll mention something about P Diddy and then it'll put a bad taste in my mouth and in my mind I'm like get the fuck away from me. I don't be disrespectful, but I'm like I cut the conversation short when they talk about some type of topic. Like I don't care what is on the news and you talking to me about it. It makes me just I don't like cuss people. I cut the conversation short and keep it moving. Like because it shows me where your mind is. Like, why are you talking about something that's not important? Like, how is that bettered your life? Like, are you that fucking bored? Like, you worrying about shit that doesn't even like it's not even your it doesn't even pertain to you. It's not your shit. If anything, you're not even minding your own business. Because if I was out in public and somebody was on their phone having a conversation with their wife about somebody stole my purse or the wife was like, oh, somebody stole my purse. And I go to the comment, what are you talking about to your husband? Or what are you talking about on the phone? They'll say, I'm not minding my business. But why is it that when the news puts it on social media, that's not people not minding their business? Like, you're not minding your fucking business, nigga. Like, why do you need to know what this happened to? Like, you're not about to do shit. Like, they force you to be in people's business. So with it, he's like, how do you view this time later on with the time speed up so far? Like, this shit is actually really crazy. You had 2 hours. It's crazy how you said that because it seems like I'd be sleeping a little bit. Like, I'd be sleeping the last probably like 2.5 weeks. I sleep the same, but the time, like today, I woke up at 12:47. And then when I go to bed, I be going to bed like around 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Because the day be going by so fast. So it kind of fucks up my sleep. Because going to bed around like 5 in the morning. The last two, not every day, but most of the time we going to bed around like 5 in the morning. And then I'll wake up around like noon or some shit. And it wouldn't be like, or I'll wake up at 9, then I'll take a nap and then wake up at like my sleep be kind of fucked up because it don't even seem like I'm sleeping that much, but at the same time, it do because the time is speeding up. So it's crazy. You say, how do I view it? Like I don't view it as nothing. It just is what it is. We're in a different time right now. So it's just it's gonna get even it's gonna get to a point where time is gonna actually change. It's not gonna be what it is. So it's just pretty much this is part of this new shift we're going into. So with the time speeding up, a lot of the programs aren't gonna work no more. A lot of things people place in puts when you place importance in material things and certain things like the news and what the government and all this bullshit, a lot of that it needs time for you to analyze, observe, and participate in it. Once time starts accelerating, a lot of that shit isn't gonna really make any sense because it's gonna be you're not gonna really have the time to do certain things. You're only gonna have time to do what's important for your life. Anything else is just gonna feel like you're wasting time, and it's not gonna bring that same gratification because we're going into a different shift. This is why I say on. This is really not even a bad thing. It's actually a good thing if you really think of it, because we all can get to that. Whatever we got to get done, it should be more easier to focus on it because you have nothing to lose. It's not about, oh, I want to go out and do this, or like there's no time to do anything but what's right. So even when you're like, I know when I'm doing things that are so-called fun and just wasting time, I kind of feel guilty because a day go by like I just spent the whole day just doing something meaningless. So it forces me to be like, I gotta be doing something productive. Like right now I'm on my fast. So that's one thing I love about fasting, because when I'm fasting, especially the longer you fast, the more benefits you get. So I notice like when I fast a long time, I get into a different mindset where I'm able to think more clear and everything's more different, and then different things in my life happen. I don't have to try in life. Everything is not, I don't have to force anything or try. I just have to be in a certain mind state and flow, and things happen to me. And anything that I have to do, it's so easy to do. So when I say I don't have to try, doesn't mean I have to work hard. It's working hard feels so easy when I'm in a certain mindset. It feels so easy. So it feels like I'm not even trying. So I could be doing a lot of hard work, moving here, going here, doing this, trying to do all this. And it feels easy because I'm not trying. I'm in that flow state, that mind state, and everything just comes. So whatever you need to do is easy to do. When you're trying, then you're not in alignment with self. So therefore, you have to try hard, and then whatever you get you have to maintain, because whatever you get you have to maintain. And when it's hard to maintain something, that means you got it in the wrong way. When it's easy to maintain it and you don't care about losing it, that means you got it in the righteous way. So this is why you always want to, even if you get like somebody say I want a new car, you don't want to just go and steal a car that you want, because now you're gonna have to maintain it. You won't even have the money to probably get repairs done. And if you do want the money, you're gonna have to steal something else to get the money. You don't want to you want to get the righteous way. So if you lose it, who gives a shit? You got something else going. And if you want to maintain it, it's easier because the spirit's gonna allow you to maintain it because you're doing work for the spirit. So it's gonna help you out because you helped it out. Because the energy, it needs you just like you need it. It can't do nothing without you. That's why the spirit, not the spirit, like whatever you want to call it, energy, God, I don't know what the fuck. But it's just to say it's an energy that permeates and it's just here. It needs you like you need it. People are like, oh, I need God to do this for me. Well, at the same time, if you didn't exist, it wouldn't have anything to work its way through. It needs you to do something, and then when you do something for it, it does something for you. Because remember, we have a free will on a certain level. It can't force you to do something because the energy may want to experience something through you. But then if you don't do it, it can't experience it through you. But once you start doing it, and it's able to experience through you, it's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with this person. I'm gonna help him out because just like you want something from the energy, it wants you to do something so it can have that experience because it needs you to experience, just like you need it for it to help you in your life. But it's not like, oh, this energy is it. It's like it's in control. It's like it. You're like a slave to it, and you got to do this. No, it works in both ways. He said, yesterday I went a full day of sleep. Today, don't sleep yet. I feel I have energy. That's good. Don't if you're not tired, don't sleep. That means you don't need to sleep. It's like if you're not hungry, don't eat. Life feels fake. It's got to get even more. Remember, I said that Saturn conjunct Neptune transit. Then we got a whole bunch of other transits coming in. Saturn conjunct Neptune's got to last 2 years until Saturn goes into Taurus. Once Saturn gets into Taurus, then Saturn and Neptune conjunct. So the Saturn conjunct Neptune transit's got to be here for like the next 2 years. It's because time's gonna disappear because Saturn rules time. Neptune rules video games. It rules things that aren't real, illusionary things, entertainment, movies, dreams, things that are just like the spiritual realm, non-physical. That's what Neptune rules. So when you connect Neptune with Saturn, and Saturn rules structure, time, government, a lot of these governments are going to be in for a rude awakening because Saturn. You can also correlate Saturn with government because it's a type of structure, and the way the government acts, it's kind of Saturnian. That's what they do. They worship Saturn and shit, like Saturday and shit, with like some of these bullshit religions, and even like Christmas and how it's in Capricorn season. It's all based on Saturn. So Saturn's going to be conjuncting Neptune. So this government, Saturn is like the opposite of Neptune. So the government this is gonna be where the government collapse and start showing how retarded they are. Like a lot of their plans aren't gonna be working because whatever they're doing, Neptune is not gonna allow it. Like the government's gonna be trying to do something and it's not gonna work the way they want it to work because that Saturn Neptune conjunction is gonna be tearing them apart because Neptune is like it's like it's gonna expose and make everything more fluid. So whatever Saturn tries to do, it's gonna have less potency, and it's not gonna seem real because Saturn needs reality. It needs shit to be real. Once you have Neptune in the mix, those are two opposite planets. It's gonna whatever Saturn does, Neptune's gonna drown it out, and whatever Neptune does, Saturn's gonna try to take control over it, but it's like it's not gonna work out because Neptune's gonna be like, nigga, reality ain't real no more, nigga. We in a new shit. Whatever you were doing, it's not gonna feel the same way. You can still do it, but it's not gonna feel. So when I say they're gonna collapse, don't just look at it like it's gonna be everything's gonna disappear. There may be jobs, there may be money, there may be all these things, but how you perceive them and how it feels is not gonna be the same. Like, for example, like they have whatever it is, like they may try to do some type of program based upon the shift we're in. It's not gonna feel right no more. You're gonna be like, this is lame, this is stupid. The fuck are they doing this for? Because even though it still exists, it's not gonna feel right. It's gonna feel lame. Like this is some old shit. So that's how the system is gonna collapse. It's gonna collapse based upon shit not feeling weird. Like this is weird. Like why are you doing this shit still? Well, just watch in the next 6 months. You're gonna see this shit's gonna be hella. This whole shit's gonna be different. Everything's still gonna look the same. You're still gonna be going to the store doing, and even there may be changes. I'm not saying like there may be changes, but these physical changes you see, that's depending on like if the shut down business. Because a lot of these businesses they're gonna get shut down. I feel a lot of shit's gonna get shut down. A lot of things are about to change. Like I think it's gonna be like another situation where it's like the pandemic, but more in a spiritual. So remember when they had the pandemic, everything was shut down physically because Saturn was conjunct Jupiter or something, and It was a Saturn conjunction to something. That's when they started the pandemic, and then we went into Aquarius season. That's when they shut everything down. They did social distancing. Aquarius rules social and the people. They shut everything down. So that was the pandemic. So I feel like next year is going to be a spiritual pandemic. So it's still going to may look the same, but it's going to be a certain energy. And you guys can already feel it now. You see the time speeding up. Nothing's like it feels fake time speeding up. You already feel it. Even when you go on YouTube, you watch the same shit you watch now compared to 3 years ago. It don't hit the same no more. It just looks lame. You're looking at like, what the fuck is the point of this shit? It's because we're in this shit. So it's gonna be a spiritual pandemic. So imagine what happened during the pandemic. Everything got shut down. You couldn't go anywhere. It felt like the world was closed. Look, with Saturn and conjunct Neptune, it's gonna be the same feeling, but spiritually. So society may be still running, but spiritually, it's gonna feel like everything shut down. Because that Saturn Neptune conjunction is look at it like a spiritual pandemic. So imagine everything that happened during the pandemic, put that spiritually. So what this looks like is the work people still go to work, they wake up, they still do their thing, but it don't feel the same no more. It feels extremely lame. That's why a lot of people might get extremely depressed, have a lot of anxiety. It's gonna be a lot of like mental illness exacerbate. A lot of demons are gonna come up because people are gonna feel like there's no anchorage. When you wake up in the morning, you go to bed, and you wake up in the morning, you go on YouTube. That's Saturn. That's a routine. That's a structure. With Neptune, it's gonna. If you, this is why I say this is why you have to work on your mentality, your mental illness and shit. Because with Saturn and Neptune, it can make you feel like you don't know what's gonna happen next. Every day is gonna feel like anything could happen. There's no structure. There's no groundedness because Saturn is being conjuncted with Neptune. So this is going to be a spiritual pandemic. Everything's going to be shut down spiritually. And Saturn is going to try to keep this reality going. The government is going to try to keep it going. But it's the Saturn energy is just going to make everything feel weird. So this is what's going to cause extreme mental illness in a lot of people. So you got to be kidding. Like next year is going to be the spiritual pandemic. It's going to start around the end of February, Pisces season. You'll feel it before then. But once we get into Aries season, it's gonna be a spiritual pandemic, and you guys you'll feel it. You guys are gonna feel it. It's gonna be society. You're gonna feel like society. You're gonna feel like you don't know what's coming. This is why I say live day by day. Don't worry about what's gonna happen in 2 months. What can you do now and tomorrow and the day after, and keep it as far as that. So. And then little effort every day is going to add up to what's going to happen in 6 months. Don't think down the line, in 6 months, this is going to happen. In 12 months, don't think like that. What can you do right now? What are you doing right now? Start right now. Don't start in 2-3 months. Right now, because the shift, when it comes to these big shifts, like especially Neptune, you start feeling it months in advance. So we're already feeling the energy right now, and it's just going to intensify. The January is going to be the last month. Really, but by the end of January, you're going to feel the shift by the end of January. You're already feeling it now, to be honest. But time is Saturn conjunct Neptune. It also represents time is running out. Time isn't going to exist no more. So the years are going to, just like you have every week, a year is going to be equated to like 6-7 months. So next year is going to be pretty soon. You're going to start looking at years like 4 or 5 month intervals. So how it feels every 5 months, that's how a year is going to be within the next couple years. Like next year's it's gonna go by so quick because the days are gonna go by so quick. So you're gonna have to structure your life on, make sure what you're doing is important. A lot of things that you guys like to do and waste time on, you can still do it, but you're not gonna be satisfied because by the time you do it, the day's gonna be gone, and it's gonna feel like you just like I was on YouTube all day, I didn't get nothing done. Before you know it, 6 months go by, and your life is going by. You can't fuck around like we were doing like 2-3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. You can't. We have to like take shit seriously right now. And a lot of things are going to start happening quicker. So a lot of your demons that you're trying to prevent, if you don't take care of it, they're going to be showing up, because Saturn and Neptune means dreams and nightmares coming to reality. So let's just say you're scared to be mentally ill, and you're scared to be fat because you keep eating too much. The moment you start eating, you're going to get fat quick. You're scared of being mentally ill. You probably go through a lot of depression, because then it's going to bring up a lot of demons at a faster rate, because we're in an accelerated time. So anything you don't want, you're going to start experiencing, and anything you want, like if you start doing what you love doing, you're going to see the results of that even quicker. That's why I say you guys want to be on the right side of energy. And I'm doing like what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. I'm really buckling down on my fast. I've been doing my fast for the last 2 weeks consistently. And before, I would do my fast like for a week or 2 weeks, and then I'll take a break. I'm done with that. This is my routine. I do right now. I'm doing a week right now. I may end it because I'm right now. I'm on day 3, so I'm already gonna end it at 7 days, and then after that, I may not end. I may actually go longer than 7 days. But if I end it on 7 days, after that, I'm gonna just it's gonna be, I'm gonna go as long as I can. Preferably try to get 21 days before I end it. Then take a day, 2 days off, another 21, and then I'm gonna keep up that routine indefinitely until further notice, or until the spirit says, okay, you can calm down a little bit. There's a lot of like stuff I gotta still cleanse and heal from. Like I'm not in any way like somehow like I got all the work done. Like there's nobody out here who got all the work done. You can't. There's always growth. As long as you're in a human body, there's always going to be something that needs to be grown upon. You can't be perfect in the human body, because you're in a human body. That means there's always something that needs to be healed and dealt with, whether it be spiritually, emotionally, physically. So everyone's always on a constant path to overcoming something, because there's always going to be something next. So we all have to, and we all know what we have to do. What I have to do is maybe different. Like, you just got to know what you have to do and focus on that. Like life feels like, or how do I view the average housing in this world? Like there's no proper energy in these houses. 5G technology. I really don't like I said, like don't focus on things that don't matter. Like I'm not saying it may not matter to you, maybe you, but look at it like, what is that doing to help better your life? 5G, at the end of the day, people were talking about 5G and how it was going to have this and that, but yet 5G is here and everybody's using itself. If anything, people are on social media using 5G more than ever. You can't tell a motherfucker to not be on their phone in public, but yet wasn't just everybody talking shit about 5G. So a lot of that you got to look at when you ask certain questions like that. Is that truly from your spirit, or are you watching a lot of social media and a lot of these narratives and programs that make you want to ask these questions? Because like I said, most of this shit, if not all this shit on social media that they tell you, is not important to you. You got to like find out what is important to your being. Do you want to know it because it's going to help you? Like, for example, if your car broke down, you want to know how to fix your car. Everything the mechanic tells you is going to help you know how to fix your car. But do you ask the mechanic how to fix your brakes if your engine is fucked up? No, because it's not important. So when you're on social media and you want to know shit, do you really want to know it, or you just want to know just to know it? Like 5G really isn't important. What do even if 5G is cancerous or whatever they want to say, you're either gonna knock all them fucking towers down, which I doubt anyone's gonna do, or you're gonna move to fucking Zimbabwe in the middle of the jungle and just live out there. It's either or. If you're not gonna do any of that, there's really no point in talking about no fucking 5G. And anybody telling you there is, you need to wake the people up. Good luck doing that, and good luck wasting 5-8 years of your fucking life speaking to a dead audience. And by the time you realize that 8 years have passed and you didn't do shit but talk about 5G. So I don't want to risk that amount of time. I don't have faith in humanity for me to talk about something and believe that they're going to do something about it. I don't trust humanity. I don't have faith in humanity. So I'm not going to waste 8 years of my life talking about something all for the sake of waking somebody up. You can get the fuck out of here with that. Not you personally, but I'm just talking in general. So I don't really care about no 5G, proper energy. Does your house have proper energy? Do you have the money to own a house with proper energy? That should be your question. Do I have the money to own a house? There's people with houses with proper energy. Do they have the money for it? So they're not going to be talking about that. So do you have the money for that? Does your house proper? If your house has proper energy and you have the money to afford a house, then you're good. There's no need to even worry about that shit. Unless you're going to be some type of open up a nonprofit that helps people with energy problems with their house, and you want to do that, then okay, you can worry about it, but it should be towards your nonprofit and how to scale that to the whole world. And that's a good thing if you're going to do that. But if you just want to know, just to know, like, don't waste your energy. I'm not like saying this to hate or talk shit, but just don't waste your time and energy, because your time and energy is way more important than learning about what the fuck 5G is. I can give a fuck about most of the shit people talk about on here. You got to understand, a lot of these people that are into conspiracies, these gang stalking and all that, these are people who have issues and problems in their life that they are trying to distract themselves from. So they have to watch the economy. They're hoping the economy collapse. Not that I want to fuck the economy, but a lot of these people, like, they're hoping it collapse because it's going to somehow absolute themselves from their problems. Like, I don't have to deal with my problems anymore because the economy is going to collapse or the government's going to collapse. I don't have to deal. No, you still, even if the government didn't exist, shadow work and spiritual purpose, it always exists. And if you're not on that, regardless of the government or here or not, or the system collapsing, if you don't deal with it, it's going to be a problem, and you're not going to be where you want. Your spirit's not going to be where you want, and you're going to experience hell. So you're going to be in a hellistic mindset, and then certain things physically going to happen to you. Nobody wants that. That has nothing to do with the government being here or economy collapsing. It has everything to do with you and what you came down here to do. Everyone's basing everything on when's the system going to collapse, but yet the system's not important. The system could, even if the system wasn't here, there's still shit you have to get done, and if you don't do it, you'll still end up in that hell mind state you don't want to be in. Do you think countries have different housing? Yeah, when you go to when they talk, it's funny when they talk about mud houses. You know how they like to make fun of the Africans about mud houses. I went to Africa, right? Those mud houses are very fucking strong. Do you know you could build a mud house? Even with the mud, the way they build those mud houses in Africa, they're hella strong. Like, they're so strong it feels like a brick. Like, you can build a mud house because they don't just use any type of mud. Like a cement, a brick is a mud, or a pile of cement, that's mud. Before they harden the cement, it's a material. Cement is actually mud, but they just harden it, harden cement. So a cement is mud. That's, oh, mud. But if you go to Africa and you see the mud houses, it's like it's a mud structure, and then when it dries, it's hella hard. And if you built the houses I seen in Nigeria or in Africa, Nigeria, if you built, because they this is just the mud houses. They have houses in Nigeria that is ran completely off the sun, and so it's dependent from the system. There was this house in Nigeria. It's like you know the houses you see in Hollywood, the box houses on Hollywood Hills, and those, they like in a square box, like they have houses like that in Nigeria because Nigeria has billionaires. Nigeria has a lot of wealth and money, contrary to what the fuck they show you. There's a house in Nigeria that is powered completely from the sun, and the water from the sink comes from the well. So they connect the water plumbing to the underground well, so it's getting water from the ground and the sun from the sky, so it's complete independent from the system. There's no electric grid, there's no water company piping water. The pipes go to the ground and get the natural water from underneath the earth, and the sun powers the solar panel for the house. Completely independent. They have that in Nigeria. They don't have shit like that in the US. They don't. If they do, maybe they have it somewhere and somebody built it themselves. But they have shit. That shit isn't complicated. The reason they don't have that in America because it's about corporations making money. You want to the water company, the electric grid, PG&E, all these companies and shit. They want to make money, so obviously they're not gonna have it. But yet you'll have a stupid ass, dumbass retard who thinks like America's some American patriot faggot who thinks America's number one. Oh, we have the best everything. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You niggas don't have shit. Even the mud houses in Nigeria. If I built the material that I felt, if you built it if you built that shit, if I built a mud house with that same material and made it look the way it looked in the middle in the Bay Area, let's just say I built it in San Jose, I could probably pay, somebody will pay me, not I can charge, but somebody will pay me $100,000 for that fucking shit. Cause it's sturdy, it keeps wind out, and it's a fucking house. It's strong, the material, because it's not like mud where they just get mud from the fucking dirt and it's like they dry the mud. So it's hard like cement. But it's actually cheap because the mud they get from the ground and they mix it with water and then they dry out the bricks and it's a hard ass brick. So they make a brick out of a certain type of mud that they use. It's not just any mud. There's a certain type of mud that it's plentiful. It's in the fucking ground in Africa. And you make the brick and you could build your own house there for like less than $1,000. You could probably build a fucking like what's equivalent to like a 2-bedroom house. Big ass space. It's a shelter. Imagine if they had that shit and they were able to build that for homeless people. Every homeless person could have a house easily. Just import that mud from Africa, so much of it, and then build a bunch of homeless shelters. It's hard. It's a fucking house. It's a house. Like the structure of it's strong as fuck. It's a brick. But then when they say mud house, they have you thinking, oh, it's a mud house. So it's like they get dirt. Like it's not the same dirt in the U.S. You idiot. It's a certain type of mud in Africa because Africa has better resources than the U.S. because of what they did to this fucking land, and they fucked it up. It's a certain type of mud, and then they harden the mud, and then once it's hardened, it's like strong like a brick, and then they build the house with it. And when you look at the house, it don't even look like it has mud. It looks like a regular house. Like when you look at it from a distance, like it's a regular house. Somebody have to tell you it's a mud. It's made from mud. Because when you touch it, it's like a brick. It's because they harden it. Like people are retarded. They don't even like really. That's what I'm saying. Most people are retarded. And to be honest, there's people living in Africa that have way more wealth and money than people in America. There's people when I went to Nigeria, and I'm not talking about no rich billionaires. I'm talking about people, they have suburbs. People living in like nice houses. They spending money. They got fucking Rolls Royce and Porsche in Nigeria. Nigeria is the richest country in Africa. It's the wealthiest country in Africa. Nigeria. That's why all the other Africans, they be hating on Nigeria. Oh, you guys are scam. You guys are even if you want to say Nigerians are scam, at least they living better than your stupid ass. Your ass is so retarded you can't even get your shit there. Nigeria, at least they doing they shit. Not all of them are scammers. A lot of them are like they're inventors. They do some real prosperous shit or some real shit. The Nigerian, they invent shit. They do a lot of business, a lot of shit in there. I might even open a business in Nigeria. I was talking to my dad the other day. He said, if you want, you go to Nigeria, and if there's a business, I can help you get started with a business. And he made me just kind of think like, I may go because I could go to Nigeria, open up a little business that sells water, sells snacks, Nigerian products. That's some side income, and I can live in Nigeria and make money and do that. And when he said that to me the other day, it's like, damn, I might actually do that. Like go to Nigeria, because I could open a business out there and just start selling shit. And then eventually my brother said that you can go to China. Not go to China, but China sells like you have to buy it from China because America doesn't do that shit. It's like a device that you can make you could produce your own purified water. And then you bottle it up, you sell it. And I can sell water, like water bottles. I don't know fucking like I'm on the street like these ratchet ass ghetto ass kids who get a bottle of water and sell it for no bitches. My face is gonna be on water. You're gonna see Chauncey on the face on the water, and then I can sell that shit, or I put my name on it, whatever the fuck it is. I can put and I can sell the water from my thing. Like I might actually kind of made me think like I may do that because I have money to go to Nigeria right now. It just right now it's like I'm just a lot of shit that I'm trying to get done here because I'm not like that type of person who just moves to run away from my issues. I have to deal with certain shit before I get, like want to get and go somewhere. Like I have to have a reason to go somewhere. I can't just go want to go somewhere for no reason. Because the state I'm in right, like certain, like right now, it's better for me to be in America than in a country. If I'm in a country like Nigeria, I have to really be in a good situation where I'm able because when you're in a country like that, third world country or a country that's kind of third world, like that's why it makes me laugh when I see a lot of these stupid ass niggas go to Thailand. And if you rich, you got money, you on vacation, go to Thailand, have fun. But if you broke in America, that's the dumbest shit to do is go to another country. You're stupid as fuck. If you're broke in America and you go to another country, a third world country, that could potentially be a death sentence, especially you're not even a citizen. At least in the US, they give you food stamps, they have fucking shelter, they have certain aid, and fucking you can go and steal from a store if I need some fucking when I was homeless, nigga, I was never hungry when I was homeless. I because I'd be going to the stores and just stealing food. And I was like, it's like living in America is a privilege. 'Cause if I'm hungry, I can just go to a store, fill up my jacket with a whole bunch of shit. And I had so much food. I was giving food to other homeless people. They were like, asked me to go get them something because they were too scared to do it. But it was like so easy for me to do. I was like, I'll just go and get shit. And I'm like you can easily get your shit up if you're in America, homeless. Like that's what when I was homeless, like I was never hungry. I never went without food. And I remember the shelter had I would never eat at the shelter. Every day I would always have like some eat out or eat out. I would never eat at the shelter because that food was disgusting. Everybody would always be looking at me, oh, let me have some of your stuff. And sometimes I help them, sometimes I'd be like, nigga, fuck you. And I would just do it because they will have to be forced. And it wasn't because they had to, it just their mentality and how they thought. So they felt that that's what they had, all they had to eat. So that's where their mind allowed them to. I didn't feel like that's all I need to eat. So therefore, there was ways, but there were ways. Just you just got people like it just not everyone has the same mentality. Some people are dumb. So when you see certain people struggle in certain ways, some of the times they're struggling because they're retarded. Don't ever think that somebody is struggling always because life has fucked them over. Sometimes people can have a way to get better, but they're too stupid to see the way, so they're struggling. So when you see them struggling, you may feel sorry, but if you really knew their situation, if they easily did A, B, and C, they didn't have to struggle like that. But they're too retarded. They don't see it. They're stuck in their own mind. So they think whatever's happening is meant to happen to them. And then they'll be struggling, going through pain. Whereas like you don't even have to go through that. You can easily just do A, B, and C and get better. That's why I always question when I see people struggling, I don't always assume it's something. Don't get me wrong, sometimes people are down bad, and because there have been times in my life I was really like I felt like there was no hope. But any time in my life I felt like there was no hope, my My bad, guys. My battery died. But what I was saying is, the only time I ever felt hopeless in my life was when my health wasn't up to par. My health, physically or mental, when that was really bad, that's the only time I felt hopeless. It was when my mental and my physical health was bad. Anytime my mental health and my physical health is operating in perfect condition or near perfect condition, it's like there's nothing that can stop me. There's always something I can do. That's why I was always attacked in my life through my health, because I'm so strong and I'm so fucking strong. Sometimes the spirit, when it wants to sit me down, it has to fuck up my health to make me say, okay, you're moving too much. You're not getting the lesson, because I can't, like, a lot of mistakes the average person makes. I won't make them because I'm so tapped in, and I can create a solution for everything. But the only thing that sits me down is like if my health is fucked up or my mental health. So I literally can't even use my. If I can use my mind and my body, I can damn near accomplish anything, and I don't really need assistance. I don't want to say I don't need assistance because everyone needs assistance, but I can get from I can be in a position and get myself out of a negative position easily. But when it comes to health, that's when it forces me to sit my ass down. So I'm forced to sit the fuck down because my mind is so strong and powerful. Anytime I'm really just acting reckless, the spirit will start fucking with my mind. So it forces me to be dumb and not make the right decisions. But once my mind is clear, like I remember the time, like I was like, I don't really want to get into it, but there was a certain time where like I couldn't do a lot of shit because of my health and my mind. And once I was able to get rid of that, I was able to do so much shit. But I had to be careful not to abuse it because I didn't want to. Because like as long as my mind and body's working, like I feel like I could do anything. Like nothing really is hard. It's very like I just go through it. So like because back in 2019, when I was really fucked up, I remember when I was fucked up, I didn't. I was hella like I'm trying to. I don't want to say this, but I don't know. I might just say fuck it. Like I couldn't even do anything really, right? But then as soon as I remember, like I started getting better, like that's when I was able to do more things. I'm trying to pick my words right because I don't want to say all my business on here, but I was able to do more things. So yeah, that's just how it went. Yeah, you got to be rich before you go to a third world country. These people are retarded. And a lot of those people, they go to the third world country and they come back with they leave because they don't have no more money, because you gotta have, like, it's just stupid. Like you better off staying in America if you don't have money. You don't ever want to just go to another country and you're doing it because you don't, like, this stupid ass nigga, right? He works in a warehouse. He said he's trying to save up money to go to Thailand. Okay, what the fuck are you gonna do when your money runs out, dummy? You're not getting no warehouse job in Thailand. They're not gonna hire an American who was dumb enough. Those people in those third world countries want to come to America. You think they're gonna hire an American to come steal from them? You got people in third world countries struggling to get work. You think they're gonna hire an American over their own people? They're gonna go and give America. You're gonna go to a third world country where they don't make no money and the economy's hella bad and people are trying to survive. They're gonna give a job and give an opportunity to an American, especially a white one. You're fucking dumb. They're gonna be like, nigga, fuck you. We're gonna take care of our own people first. You can't go to no third world country unless you got business or you're able to bring something to that country. Like there was a stupid Japanese motherfucker. Like they need to start bringing immigrants into Japan. They're ruining Japan. They bring too many black nigga. Shut your ass up. You're not no nigga or no immigrant in Japan not making Japan money. The reason they're bringing them over because those and black people are doing business in Japan and bringing to the economy. You stupid fuck. Most of the Japanese that are, especially the men, they're just sitting in the house not doing shit, not even working no more. I forgot what they call it, but they have a name for it in Japan where they just sit on their ass and watch anime and play fucking bunch of boring ass anime games all fucking day and eat fucking noodles and shit. And since so many of people are doing that, the Japan government's like, we gotta hire anyone. We got to bring people in this country to help our business. So they may bring other immigrants over, and then the people say, "Oh, we don't need these people over." It's like, motherfucker, where if your people probably was right, maybe they will tighten the immigrant laws. But most of the men in Japan, like, they're not doing shit, and I don't blame them really, because fuck this system. But you gotta see like where it's coming from, really, because they're not letting no. Because first of all, when you go to a place like Japan, they're not just hiring no nigga and you working there. And no, if you're there, you gotta have money. You gotta be bringing some type of money over there and spending some money, or having a business to bring. That's what most of these third world countries, like, you got to bring something. They're not gonna just, they don't have no like government benefits where they can just give you. If your ass don't have food, your ass don't have food. It might be, you might starve. Like, if you go to these third world countries, you have to actually work for the food. There's no benefit in shit like that. Like in the US. And even if the US got rid of stamp, like, you can just go to a store and steal some shit. Those countries are so fucking poor. They look at a bag of potatoes as like a pot of gold. So you can't just go and steal like an apple without them probably getting really like violent about it, because it's a cheap ass, broke ass country, and that bag of potatoes is worth like a pile of gold to them. So if you steal a pile of potatoes, they say, "Oh, they chop your hand off another country." That's because the country's broke as fuck. They don't got shit. If you broke as fuck and you don't have shit, you can't afford to lose a bag of potatoes. In the US, you go to Costco, you go to fucking Safeway, and all these grocery stores like Kroger's, they got so much food they throw that shit away. They don't give a fuck. That's why even if they do catch you stealing, it really ain't that much of a punishment compared to if you go to some parts of Africa, they catch you, because those parts of Africa, they catch you, they can't afford to lose that food, because there's a broke ass piece of shit ass country. Their economy's fucked up, so they have to chop your hand off when you steal some fucking fruit, or you steal a goddamn bag of chips. They have to take it seriously and beat the shit out of you with a stick, because the country's so broken, they don't got shit. So the more broker and ain't shit the country got, the more they're gonna be more strict on the certain things, like you stealing a bag of chips. That's why I say you better off just staying in America if you don't have money, and getting your shit up in America. If you can't make it in America, your ass can't make it over there. What the fuck you gonna do over there? There ain't no opportunity in no third world country to do shit unless you got something going on and you brought it over there. And even then, you at least have to get it up and running in America, then go to another country. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna start a business in another country." Really, you could, if you have the money to buy the product, you could, but like I said, you have to have the money here before you start a business. You're not just going out there working from the ground up to start a business out there. Like, that's just stupid. You have to have something going and then go out there. I would never go to no third. I'll go to a third world country to vacation. And to be honest, the only reason I would ever want to go to like a third world country besides Nigeria is because if I go to Nigeria, I'll see family. But the only reason I would want to go to Thailand, South America, is just to fuck the bitches. And that's it. I don't give a fuck about your culture. I don't give a fuck about looking at the scenery and the sights. I don't care. I would just go on sex tourism just to fuck the bitches. And after I'm done getting bored with that, I go to another country or I go the fuck home. There's no other reason for me to go to any other country just to have, other than to just have sex with the prostitutes and the bitches over there. That's it. Like, I don't see any reason. I don't give a fuck about other people's culture. That's not my culture. I don't care about looking at the sights. I really don't. That doesn't appease me. That appeals to mainly so-called white people who have that colonizer mindset. I gotta go everywhere. I want to indulge and experience the culture of fucking the Andes Mountains and sit in the ashram where Buddha stayed in. Shut the fuck up, dude. You colonizer. You just want to go to another country and try to fucking blend in with them so you can colonize them, because you have that colonizer mind. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I can give a fuck about somebody's culture. That ain't my culture. Not to say I hate their culture. I just don't care about it. It's good that everyone has their own shit. And if you're from Bahrain, then be with your Bahrain people. If you're from Calcutta, be with your Calcutta people. That doesn't mean I have to give a fuck about it and want to indulge in it. If anything, it might be disrespectful because I may do something the wrong way and disrespect it, and I don't know what I'm doing. So it is what it is. I remember there was this one tribe. This one white kid went. It was a tribe off the Indian coast. He went to the island and was gonna bring. He brought a Bible and brought Christianity to that tribe, and the tribe kidnapped him and killed him. And everyone was all like, I didn't get mad because I'm like, that nobody told you. First of all, why would you bring Christianity to a country that is in a settlement or a tribe that is in their own world? They don't need that. They already, if anything, if you gave them that, they would just be like the rest of the world. Like they would just fall and sink into that dark space like the rest of the world. That's probably why they're by themselves and they don't need assistance and they're doing their thing because they don't have shit like the Bible and this indoctrination and all this crap. You go and bring that shit to them. Imagine if he would have brought that shit and they would have accepted it. Imagine like after like a few years, the women, the children read that, how fucked up their mind will be. They will want to they'll want to venture out, go to America, go here. And now you have a bunch of Karens, a bunch of lame ass niggas, a bunch of people who think like Europeans, adding to the degeneracy of this world. Whereas if you just mind your business and didn't take your Christianity to their land, they can still be the peaceful people they are. They probably are peaceful. They probably would just like you're not bringing Christianity because one thing is going to lead to another. You're going to bring that bullshit over to our settlement. Then our women read that shit. Our women first, the next thing you know, they want to leave the settlement. They want to go to Australia or UK or America. They want to start thinking like Americans. They want to go get a regular shitty ass job as a secretary. Be a fucking Karen. Be another bitch. Before you know it, their Christianity led them to go and contribute to the degeneracy of the failing world, which is the American corporation system and who they control, the failing world, because their system is failing. So why would you bring Christianity to a tribe who never know what that was? You just got to have them add to the degeneracy of the failing world. You stupid fuck. We don't need no more Karens. We don't need no more secretaries. We don't need no more bitches in prosecuting and judge and all these fucking like dumbass roles and whatever you fuck. We don't need any more of that. We don't need any more wannabe politicians, people they think that, well, I'm professional. I talk like we don't need any more of that. So it was good that they fucking kidnapped and they gutted that motherfucker because just what you did, bringing a Bible, bringing that filth, Christianity to that settlement is horrendous. That is a death sentence. You don't bring that shit to somebody's tribe that doesn't have that shit. You keep that shit where you found it. It's hard enough trying to get rid of that shit now. You trying to bring it to a tribe, you fucking idiot. The fuck are you thinking, dummy? Fucking dumb. Like that shit was like. He said, "Why do Nigerians move to America? My cousin boyfriend is Nigerian. That motherfucker works sick." Yeah, for real. Like it's funny that's how Nigerians are. My dad's Nigerian. My mom's not. So I don't have Nigerian parents. I only have a Nigerian dad. If I had Nigerian parents, I probably wouldn't be the way I was. If I had Nigerian parents, I'd probably be like a square ass, lame ass motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. I am Nigerian and I respect Nigerian, but when I see a lot of people that are Nigerian parents, both parents, they're not the same. Like they don't have that much common sense. They're very programmed. The only reason I say this, I don't look at like I don't say this as negative, like being full Nigerian is bad. It's just the reason I say that is because full people that are full Nigerian are extremely, extremely fucking wet for European American culture. They're extreme like Nigerian, they love American like a fucking fat ass kid likes sweet tarts. Like they'll be, oh America, I want to go be a doctor, nurse, and the American dream. Nigerians are very, very wet over that shit. So that's why like he will come over here. A lot of them they come over here and they're very infatuated with American culture. Like they want to go. I want to go to a baseball game and eat fucking hot dog and popcorn. Like that's how they are. Nigerians like very enamored over this shit because they don't really know like America really. The American corporation ain't shit. But they come over because they get enamored because of the opportunity that they think here. But that same opportunity you get here, you can have that in Africa. It just the people there need to get their shit right, and they need to get back to their own culture because they don't have their culture in Nigeria as much. Like they're really heavily into Christianity and shit in Nigeria, like even more so probably than America. Like you go to some of the places, especially like where my dad's from, like Lagos and Benin, they're very into Christianity. Like they always talk about God and like they lost their culture really. And some people have their culture in Africa. Don't get me wrong, but most of them are very religious and they're very like you can tell. Like I went to this Nigerian shop to go get some food to because I was gonna make some Nigerian food like probably like a month ago, right? This stupid ass Nigerian, he had a negative energy. I went in there, he's all looking at me, trying to see if I'm gonna steal something. Again, ain't nobody trying to steal that from your dingy ass old ass store. I didn't even buy shit from his store because it smelled like shit. It was dirty. He was cutting meat in the back. I'm like, who the fuck would eat meat from here, dude? Like your store smells like the fucking cesspool. It's dirty. The walls look black. Is that a black or a white wall? Like your walls have spots of black on it. I didn't know if it was dirt or that's the design of the wall. It was just a filthy, nasty ass, dingy ass place. So I was gonna go in there. I was gonna actually go and steal some shit because I wasn't gonna spend my money because I was gonna buy it at first, but once I seen his energy and attitude, I was like, you know, fuck this thing. I'm about to steal some shit. I was gonna go in there and steal some of this thing that I was gonna get to make my Nigerian food. He was like looking at me and shit, and he went and somebody else came in and he's talking to the dude, and as he's talking to the dude, he keeps turning his head like looking at me, and I'm like, you know, fuck this nigga. I'm not even gonna steal anything. I'm not buying shit. So I got a whole bunch of shit. I went to the front, and then I was like, oh, I want to get this, and he's like, okay. And then I was like, oh, you take EBT? He's like, no, I don't take it. No, he's like, yeah, we do take it. But then he's so fucking retarded. That's something. He's one of these dumbass. That's something I don't like about the South. The South in Georgia and the South has very low class, dingy, dirty ass Africans. In California, because all the Africans that moved to America, if they move to California, they have businesses, they have money. One of my dad's friends, he had a house on Oakland Hills. It cost $1 million just to have a shitty ass house in Oakland because it's the Bay Area. This nigga had a house in Oakland Hills. That house was probably worth like $5 million. We helped him move some of the stuff because he was going to renovate it and rent it out. All my dad's friends in California that were Nigerian, we went to the parties. They had money. They owned one of them. He owned a mechanic. This nigga, I don't know what he did. He had that like $5 million house. Oakland. It took us like 20 minutes to drive up the hill. It was a long, like you have to have Uber or some type of delivery service to get up because you're not driving 20 minutes every day to go to the store. People who live up there, they got money, so they got everything delivered. They just stay up there unless they got to go down for something important. Everyone that he knows, they have money out there. And when I was there, I always assumed like Africans have money. All Africans have wealth. All Africans are like doing it big and shit. I always assumed that. Like if you're African, you're doing. But when I came to Georgia, the first hint, I was like, I went to Walmart and I seen an African, not a young one. I'm talking about like a middle-aged. When you see a middle-aged African in a poor position, that's what I'd never seen. I'm not talking about young teenager or in their 20s. I'm talking about this nigga looked like he was in his 40s, 50s, and he's working in a cash register. That looks, I've never seen it in my life before I came to Georgia. And I see that a lot. Like I was at Walgreens the other day. This Nigerian bitch, she's stupid as fuck. She thought she was smart. She's like 50 years old, working at Walgreens. I cussed her out. I was like, bitch, you a 50-year-old African and you making our people look bad. African people ain't supposed to, because I'd never seen African people in poor position. When it comes to black people, then like in the hood, that's different. But as far as an African, I've always known Africans. We used to go to Nigerian parties. Always used to be in nice houses. They used to have so much food, beer. These niggas have nice places and shit. Remember the Mercedes I was driving back 2 years ago? You guys, those who know, you see, I was driving that Mercedes. That was because one of my dad's friend, he went to Nigeria and he let me drive the car. He's like, you can have the car and drive it for the time I'm in Nigeria. And you guys see me when I was in, I'm sure there's somebody in this room, you see me when I was in that white Mercedes and I made a video. I'll upload them. That was one of my dad's friends. Like all his friends, they have money. Even my dad, he had business. He does shit. But as soon as I come out here, all the Africans, they low class, and I'm thinking because it's cheaper to live out here. So if they're moving from Nigeria and you're going to California, you have money as a Nigerian. If you're moving over here and you're moving over to the South, it's more cheaper out here. So they're more financial and budget conscious. So which is nothing wrong, but it just when I seen it, it kind of upset me because they have the Nigerians here have a certain like stick in their ass compared to the ones in California. The ones in California, they be chilling, they be drinking, they smoke, they be joking and laughing. They just laid back and they got their shit right. The ones over here, they're so strict, but they don't got their shit right. I'm like, nigga, get that fucking stick up your ass. You making us look bad. So I was at the Walgreens, right? And the reason I'm saying all this because not Mooney, what's it called? Mystico. That nigga, Mystique told me what did he say? He said something, but about Nigerians. But anyways, I was at Walgreens the other day. I was stealing some shit from Walgreens. And oh my goodness, man, like I got this shit. The bitch is fucking retarded. It was a Nigerian lady. She's fucking retarded. I'm like, first of all, I was like, why are you even like I didn't even tell. This is what happened. I got this shit. I got a lot of fucking shit. All right. Because I needed to get some things that I needed. And I was gonna actually pay for something, but then I didn't pay for it. So I walked out. And then I walked out the store. And she wasn't looking at me when I walked out. But then every time, because I'm not dumb, I'm very smart and intuitive. So I parked close to the entrance, which I usually don't do, but I thought everything was gonna be smooth and I just want to get in and out. So I was like, let me just park close. As soon as I walk out the store, I was like, hold on, I'm not gonna walk to my car. Let me walk this way. I walk this way because what I do is I will leave this. If I park close to the store, I will leave the store, but then I don't walk to my car just in case they follow me so they don't get my license plate. So I walked out, and this time I was about to walk to my car. Then I was like, oh, let me walk this way. And as I started walking this way, that bitch comes out and she starts acting like she's trying to move the carts and she's trying to act like she's doing something. And she was talking to this white lady who works there, but she was coming in her shift. So she wasn't in the store when I left. When I was leaving the store, that's when the white lady who worked there was coming into her shift, I guess. So she had no recollection of me stealing nothing. When after the black lady talked to the white lady, she looks at me with the like very angry face, like the black lady told her like he must have been taking something. And I'm like, there's no reason for her to look at me like that because she was walking in when I was walking out. And when I was walking out, she didn't even look at me. But after the black lady came out, she said something to that white bitch. And then she was looking at me. And the African bitch, she's trying to act like everything's fine. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, nothing's going on. I'm like, don't. And then I told her, I'm like, don't disrespect me. I'm like, don't disrespect me because you follow. It looks like you kind of following me. And then she's like, ain't nobody following you. And then I keep walking. And then I hear her say, call the fucking police. And it's funny because my car was right there. But she's so stupid. She ain't really stupid. I'm very fucking smart. So I didn't walk towards my car. I walked towards the other way. And then I waited like 2 minutes. And then I came back and I got in my car. But that's what I always do. I don't walk towards my car just in case, like, because if I would have went in my car, she would have got my license plate. So, and I told her, I'm like, you a Nigerian and you 50 years old and you working at Walgreens, you're a disgrace to our people. That's what I told her. It's like, how you an African and you that I've never until I came. That's why, like, until I came to the South, that's the only time I've seen an African work in retail. I've never seen an African work in retail. I've never seen an African work in retail. Never. That's just fucking like that's pathetic. Like that's just weird. It makes me look at it like that's a bad look. You're making our people look bad. Like African people, they don't do that shit. I haven't even done that shit. And I'm not saying it's bad to work with like anybody does what you do. I'm not saying I don't like to look down upon people, but I'm looking down on her. Because there's a lot of people I know who work in retail. They smart, they using it as a stepping stone. They trying to do their thing, get to where they need. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating on no one who does retail. But that bitch, she's like in her 50s. People I know, they're not even in their 50s. So, bitch, you too old to be doing that shit. Like, fuck out of here. So I cussed her out. I didn't cuss her out because I don't cuss people out now. I intellectually degrade them because I have a Mars in Aquarius. So when I cuss people out, it doesn't work as good as when I intellectually degrade them. When I intellectually disrespect you without swearing, that gets people more upset than straight up nigga fuck you, bitch. That's one thing I learned. Because like me, I'm always learning. I learn how to trigger people. I learn how to get people angry. I learn how to piss people off. And one of the best ways to piss people off is you don't. It depends on what you're going through. If you're dealing with a group of niggas like you that are like on that hood shit, then being more loud and then it works. But when you're like in a professional setting, that's when you don't want to really swear as much because it doesn't really. Because when you want to trigger a motherfucker to piss them off if they need it happening, and certain things trigger people more in certain settings. If you're in a professional setting, you want to intellectually degrade them. Like I don't even cuss. I could just disrespect you without even getting this without like just by saying just smart shit. And I was like, bitch, I didn't say bitch. I was like, you're a Nigerian working at Walgreens. You need to get your shit together. How you look making our people look bad? How the fuck you come from Africa, come over here and you working at Walgreens? Bitch, you could have stayed your ass over there. The fuck? Lame ass niggas. And every time I realize, every time since I've been out here, and people try to give me flack about stealing shit, it's always an African or like a foreigner. It's never ever since I've been out here, all the issues I had with somebody like trying to say I stole something, and because they never have proof, they just assume. She didn't even know I stole anything. She didn't see me put anything. This is why she didn't say nothing. She didn't have no proof. But what happened was she just assumed, and the only people that assume are African because they come from a poor ass country where everything they're so they care about material shit so much because they don't have shit really. So they trip over you still like a piece of gum. It's like the end of the world to them. Like, bitch, don't bring that shit over because I noticed it's always a foreigner. I had two situations when I've been out. No, three situations since I've been out here, and all of them were foreigners. Every time it's like a regular white person or black, they just mind their business. If I ever get into it when a white or black person, it's because they see me do it, and that's never happened for like the last 3-4 years. Because like it's like because it'll be to a point where there's one lady, I will always go in there and take shit, and she got so mad because she never caught me taking anything. So one day I didn't even take nothing. I just went in there. I didn't have nothing on me. And she's like, you can't be in here. I know you're stealing. You got something in your pocket. I don't got shit. I showed her and she looked stupid because I'm so good and they don't see me because there's a way I do it. I'm not going to say it. There's a certain way I do it. It's not just a physical way. It's like some type of spiritual witchcraft energy. It's beyond physical. Don't just think I go in there a certain way. There's certain spiritual things that I do that I'm not going to disclose to make their eyes not be on me, and amongst other things I don't want to disclose in here. But she got mad because every time I go in there, she wouldn't see me do anything. But then I kept going to her so many times. She's like, I know you're stealing shit. You got something. And then that was the day I didn't take anything. So the bitch is retarded. She's hella stupid. And she looks hella dumb. And I was like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. I don't ever steal nothing in here. And then she looks stupid, but she was mad because she's like, oh, I know you take something. Because I mean, she right. Like, but you just didn't see me because there's something going on that you won't understand, bitch. So that's one thing I like, cause I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that Nigerian bitch, she's retarded. Cause like right when I walked out the fucking store, I was walking to my car, and then every time I walk to my car, I always just turn around to see. And I was gonna walk to my car, and then I before I even got to where my car was, I turned around, and then I see her right there. And then I start walking in the other direction, and then so she thinks I'm walking. So she's like, and then she could call, oh, he's because she'll think I'm a vagrant or I'm walking. So once I left, I came back when she wasn't there, and then I jumped in my car and left. Because if she seen my car, she would have got my fucking license. There was one time like 3 years ago, It was at the Save Mart, and where I was living in California. And the lady, she actually played it smart. She wasn't retarded because I left the store and I looked back, and she looked at me from she did it in a way where like, but I wasn't really paying attention as well, but she waited till like I got very close to my car, then she kind of walked out to see where I was at. Like, so she actually played it. She was like probably like she played it smart the way she did it, and then she had got my shit, but then nothing happened. I was good off that because the bitch, then nothing happened from that. But she's like, oh, I got your plate, whatever. And there was this one time I was at Save Mart. This was about like 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. And I took something, right, and fucking, I left the store. I left the store. No, the stupid ass fucking the dude who runs the meat department. His stupid faggot ass. He didn't see me take it, but he see me grab something. So what happened was he see me grab it, and then I concealed it when he didn't see where he didn't see me. I concealed it, and then what happened was he informed the security guard, which was a fat ass nigga, and it he was I forgot exactly what happened because it was kind of long ago. All I remember, I was walking out, and he's like, "You can give me those things in your pocket," and I was like, "I don't have shit." And he's like, "Yes, you do." And oh yeah, cause I had it was a thing of sushi I was getting from the homeless dude that I knew, and I had like a big slack of ribs, and that was already pre-cooked, and it was a bunch of other shit I had. Like I had a beer, it was a bunch of shit I had, but the only thing he seen me take was like the sushi and the rib. So he's like, you can give me the sushi. And he's like, you want this? I was like, you want the sushi? I took the sushi. I slammed it on the fucking ground. That shit went all over the place. And then he started following me to my car. And he's like, that's why you have to steal because you can't afford it. And I brought out some money. I showed him a stack. I'm like, bitch, I don't need to steal, bitch. I just don't want to pay for this shit. And he was like, and I was like, with your fat ass. And he's like, yo, fat. He's like, at least my fat ass is eating good. And I was like, I'm eating good too. And I brought out the ribs and I showed him the rib. Like, I'm eating good too, fat ass. And I showed him the ribs. He got hella mad. And then I got in my car. He's so retarded because just I can tell people are addicted to their phone. Every time when I like the last two times, including this time, when I would do something and people would try to get my license plate, the first thing they do is pull out their phone. When you're getting somebody's license plate, you look at the plate and you read it out loud so you can remember it. Then you pull out your phone and then you type it in your phone. You don't record it because by the time you take out your phone and record it, it takes about like 10 seconds, especially if you got a cheap ass fucking Metro phone, slow ass, his fat broke security ass. He got a cheap phone. He don't got no 17 Pro. This nigga probably got a fucking some type of Google phone or some shit or a Nokia. Not a fuck like he got some cheap ass shit. So he took out his phone. He's fiddling with it. I see him on his phone. I start swerving my car around. So I swerve my car as I'm driving. I'm swerving like crazy so he can't get a still image of my plate. And I know he didn't get my plate because the police pulled me over for something unrelated and I didn't have any warrants. Because if you have warrants, if they get your there have been times where they got my plate while years ago and they'll say you have a warrant for this. And they'll tell you, but there were after that situation, like a week later or 2 weeks later, police they didn't give me a ticket, but like I guess I was kind of going too fast. He didn't give me a ticket, but he checked my shit. I didn't have no fucking warrants. So nigga, like he's retarded. Like I got away from your fat ass. And my car was hella close to the start. I don't even know how he didn't get it. I was swerving like crazy though. So I just did everything I could, and his ass didn't get because I was driving, I was swerving like so he couldn't get a still image. Fucking idiot. It's funny as fuck. I was hella laughing. I was like, "What's your fat ass?" He's like, "At least my fat ass eating good." I'm like, "I'm eating good too." I literally showed him the ribs that I stole, and he got hella mad. Like, it's your fat ass as a security guard. Yeah. He's like the migrants. They work hella hard. Nigga, everyone works hard in their own way. Just waking up every morning and getting through a mental battle, that's working hard. As somebody who's lazy, who sits at home all day, they have to work hard, to be honest, because for you to even be in a situation where you sit home every day and be lazy, you must be going through some type of mental illness. Just to live with mental illness, that's working hard. So, like, I don't, when people talk about, oh, I work hard, I don't give a fuck. Who doesn't work hard? Being a human being is hard. I don't give a fuck if you're rich, poor. Being a human being, you could be a billionaire and silver spoon in your mouth. Nigga, you working hard, in terms of mental illness, like nigga, because having mental illness, which most of those people in those positions they have, that's where you have to work hard. Like, ain't life easy for everyone. You may be doing shit that's more monotonous and retarded, but if it's really that hard, then quit. And if you say you can't quit, then be grateful because you at least there's a reason you don't want to quit. You don't want to quit because you feel like it's going to be worse. So be grateful it's not worse, and you have that job you're working. So the fuck. I hate when people bring up that, oh, I work hella hard, and like, nigga, fuck you. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I understand work hard, but nigga, who doesn't work hard? You have to work hard every day. Everyone has to work hard to survive, regardless of the situation you're in. It's just different levels that you may have to work harder than others, but ain't nobody have it easy in this life. I don't give a fuck if you rich, poor, you don't have it easy. Maybe you have it easy on certain things, but when it comes to things spiritually, it ain't everyone got to work hard spiritually. Everyone got to face their demons eventually. But shout out to Mysterio though. I get what you're saying, though, Mysterio. Whereas we're not gonna sit here and respect the motherfucker for working hard for the government. I'm not gonna respect that. If you're working hard to better your situation, I respect that. Yeah. So most black people in the hood don't be in the hood. Also, most black people that don't be in the hood be doing good for themselves. Nigga just speak for that. I want to say the hood has everything to do with being good or not being good. There's black people who aren't in the hood who are pieces of shit, to be honest. People in the hood really are just trying to survive, really, the way I look at it. They're just trying to survive. They're really not bad people. Yeah, shit, me niggas may be killing and doing shit, but you got fucking everyone kills people, really. You got government that kills people through the food, through military, through war. They bomb countries because they don't agree with them. Like, so you're not gonna make me give a fuck about a nigga in the hood doing what they're doing. And if whatever's happening in the hood that's so bad, which is killing, stealing, that's really the main things in the hood: killing and stealing. Get rid of the guns. The guns are made in China, and they bring them over here. They put them in the hood. Get rid of the guns and stop fucking up the economy and stealing the wealth from the people and putting it into the pockets of the few. Maybe that will lessen the lessen the killing and the stealing. So fix the problems. Like, you'll never get me to hate on the hood or to hate on black people in the hood. Oh, they're killing, they're selling drugs. First of all, they selling drugs so they can make some fucking money to survive, motherfucker. They killing. I don't advocate killing, and that is something they need to stop doing. But what are they killing people with? They're killing people with guns. Get rid of the fucking guns at the end of the day. And then why are they promoting all this stupid this gang shit? It's like they have DJ Academics out here, like his ass ain't even from the hood, just promoting all this stupid shit with his fat ass. Like, starting up beefs, getting people. You know how many niggas that nigga got killed, got set up. He had beef get started. He'll have somebody on his platform start talking shit about somebody else, and then that creates beef. Like you on this nigga's platform, every rapper wants to be on DJ Academic. So you get him on your platform. There's another rapper that this guy's beefing with. He's not on DJ Academics, and he's talking shit about the dude on DJ Academics. Don't you think it's gonna lead to something bloody? The nigga's probably gonna be jealous, like, oh, I'm a rapper and he's on DJ Academic and he's talking shit about me. I'm definitely gonna kill this nigga. And then they egg it on. So it's like stupid shit like that gets egged the fuck on. They put on DJ on that, what's that fucking that stupid wigger. Adam 22, the fucking dude who fucking wants to be black. So he wants to be black so bad he had his wife fucked by a black dude. Fucking weird ass, dingy ass cracker. What the fuck? Like, he's a dumbass. Like, you got that nigga thinking he's somebody. That nigga needs to just go somewhere. Like, that's the type of nigga who needs to get shot the fuck up in a car at a red light or something. He does. Like, somebody needs to shoot his ass up. He's a fucking like who the fuck is this nigga? He's just some stupid ass cracker. You don't know shit. He don't even know how to rap. He don't know how to do shit. Only thing you know how to do is fucking like he tries to act like he's intelligent. Oh, when I have my interviews, I pick my interview. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You can't intellectualize an interview. All you do is talk about you interview other grown ass men. I hate a motherfucker that interviews and is like a news broadcaster. Or like you're like an interviewer, you broadcast. I'm like, bitch, talk about what you talk about. Imagine me coming up on here, everything I talk about is what somebody else is doing. I don't even give a fuck about anybody that much for me to interview them. Like to sit there. So I seen you just make this new album. What was in your mind? Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I feel too important to even be in a mindset to enter. You have to pay me like a lot of fucking money, and even then, you might end up taking me off payroll because I might make a mistake because I might make it start talking about myself. I might start switching it and making it be about me. So they may be like, we can't pay this nigga no more. Like, I just can't give a fuck about anybody to enter. I don't respect anybody who interviews and commentates on people's shit. Like, yeah. Man. But I'm probably gonna end this live stream in a minute, guys. It didn't even feel like it's been 3 hours. That's one thing I love about fasting is when I'm fasting, I don't feel like because when I'm fasting, I don't feel like I'm wasting time really. Like I can go on a live stream for long, and it's like I don't feel like if I wasn't fasting and I did a 3 hour live stream, I'm like, damn, I wasted 3 hours. I won't say I wasted 3 hours, but like, damn, that's a long time. I could have been doing this, but like I'm doing my fast, so it's like I'm actually doing something fasting, which is fasting, healing, and feeling better. Because like every day I feel better on my fast. I feel way better. It's just I gotta make it to like those high number of days for me to really be in a different mind space, which I'm probably gonna do this one over 10 days. I'm gonna do this one a lot longer. I don't know how many days, but it may be 7, it may not, depending on how I'm feeling. But once I did get a couple 7-day fasting, or probably not even a couple, just one, and I start doing it, my body's gonna adjust, and I'll be able to be at where I was at, like doing 20 days hella easy. But yeah, guys, I'm just chilling right now. Yesterday I did I was doing a lot of fucking, I did yoga, breath work. I was gonna do a Qigong session today, but I was like, it's kind of too cold today outside. It's kind of too cold outside. I was like, I'll probably do one tomorrow or some shit. Do I don't know. I'll see. We'll see. That's what's up. Yeah, keep it up. We're doing the keep on. That's what you got to do. Just keep it up. It's very. You're at a point right now where I don't even have to tell you to keep it. You already know like what you need to do. Like because you probably will feel naked not even doing it. Like you feel like you probably need your hit. Like you on like it's like a drug at this point. It's good to be addicted to healthy things. Yeah, people are weird though. I even had there was people on here. There's one individual. I'm not gonna say their name. This fucking idiot said fasting is like no fat. First of all, I'm not sitting there. There's nothing, anything, anytime you're doing something to discipline yourself, whether that be no fat, not eating, you're a fucking idiot to talk about how it's negative or how it's not. You're an idiot. Like, you're fucking retarded. Anytime somebody's trying to better themselves and you have something negative to say, you're a fucking degenerate. You're a dumbass. This one idiot said fasting is like no fat. And I don't really care because at the end of the day, I don't have an issue with no fat and I don't have an issue with fasting. What I do have an issue was the principle of it because he looked at it like no fapping ain't shit, so fasting ain't shit. Maybe to you, but fucking thousands of people, millions of people have actually done fasting. Thousands of people do it regularly. So, and a lot of these people, the person who was actually saying this nigga looks retarded. He looks sick. He don't look healthy. You could tell he's miserable as fuck. He don't even know who the fuck he is. And you can just see it based upon the energy, this individual. So I'm like, the people I see that are fasting way better in a position, have more weight, knowledge, intelligence. That's why, like, it's just I'm saying, more knowledge, more intelligence, more everything. But people will sit here and hate on it. Oh, fasting's like no fat. First of all, what's wrong with no fat? If somebody has an addiction, so looking at porn, then obviously they need to practice no fat. What the fuck? They're supposed to just fat the rest of their life and just be like, you're stupid ass. How you gonna sit there? Anytime somebody's better in their life and you have something negative to say, you're a piece of shit. That's all I gotta say. You're a piece of shit. Don't talk about somebody being negative in their life. You're a piece of shit. Like people just want to sit here and talk about like it's weird. Like how people talk about like, they'll sit there and say, don't be too material. Don't be too physical. Don't be on social media. Don't play games. Don't do this. Which okay, I get it. But then you do fasting. Oh, we need to eat. Why are you fasting? You don't need to fast. People who fast are they're too. What are we to? We're to what? Fasting, healing, and taking care of the body. How what's like when you eat too much and you indulge too much and you're too physical, then that's a problem. When you're trying to get better and eliminate desires, like let's just say somebody says he wants to do no fat, somebody wants to eat healthier or help me go fasting to be healthier. Now that's a problem. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Like you just all of the people like that, they think too damn much. And they're using their mind for what it's not made for. Like they think too much about dumb shit. Like nigga, just shut the fuck up. You know what the fuck you talking about. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nothing wrong with doing no fap if you feel you need it. Like you're dumb to make fun of anybody trying to get out of their desire. You should not make fun of anybody trying to get out of their fucking desire. You're a dumb fuck. You got a fucking bunch of retards. But anyways, I'm gonna end this live stream. I'm gonna hit you guys up a little later. So you ever try fasting with distill? No, I never drank distilled water. I don't know if I want to try that. I'm kind of scared to try it. I might try it though one day. I don't know. Something just in me. I think I don't know. I'll probably try it one day. They say it's healthier, but I don't know. Anytime water is made from a machine, because it's still water, they put it in a machine. I don't know if I want to get anything from a machine. Like I feel like I like to have my water like artesian or spring water, something natural. That come and even then that shit ain't natural because who knows where they get that shit from. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm probably gonna end this live stream, guys. I might do some game streams later on. Probably tomorrow I might go on the game. Or some shit. But I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this. I would say I was gonna end this fast. I'm not ending this fast. I'm gonna end this live stream and I'll hit you guys up later. It's been long enough. Peace.